saw damn Yankees in the early 90s during the first Gulf War. At the end of the show, they raised a giant
Good
figure
afternoon. Welcome
Hussein
once again
Nugent
to
shot
Darth
across
Grumpy
the
Dad
Habanero.
Games. Making sure I'm back on my channel here. I'll remember to check the volume this time, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. I will check the volume as soon as it loads in. Yeah.
That's how you pronounce the name, Legolas.
Once again, I just hit go. I just hit go.
Pretty sure it is.
There we go. Yep. There's audio going out. Raw tone.
What the fuck are we even talking about? You guys derailed this entire chill stream with your stupid questions.
Oh, why does it say that it's Diablo 4 when I'm playing Diablo 3? Oh, now it's loading a bunch of crap. Jesus. Some days, there are days, there are definitely days where I'm like, what the hell? What in the hell? No, I don't want to watch Rob. I want my shit.
Kill the children.
Jesus. Let's see. Somewhere in Crater dashboard. A crater dashboard. And I believe it's
tonight, yes or no?
It's under
While you may not have heard this the previous
shit somewhere
times I said it
here.
yesterday.
No.
Today was supposed to be a day off.
No.
I only did the chill stream for members only because I want to make sure that members are getting a lot more content as the focus is going to be on members for this coming year.
Video producer.
You guys are the lifeblood of the Crucible.
Let's see here.
The invasion's going to be tomorrow night, Tuesday night, back to back, as promised.
What? Stream settings. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired.
No.
Anyway, I'm going to go now because I don't know. This was like 2 hours, and I enjoyed talking with you guys. Any last minute questions you got?
Well, I can edit this one, so I should be able to. Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome, dude. What do you mean, gee, thanks? I hate this members only content. Fuck.
Oh, this members only content.
Get the fuck out of here. I'd only like the invasions. Okay, well then you come back when there's a fucking invasion, you stupid asshole. What do you want me to say to you?
There we go.
You stupid fucking idiot.
Save that change.
When there's an invasion, then come back for that.
Now let's see if I can do it with my live. What can I do? What? What? This is quite annoying.
Any thoughts on the Ruger Max 9? No, I haven't messed around with it.
Quite annoying it is. I'm live. Yes, I'm live. Let's see. See what says under settings. Settings.
You don't want to hear about my Lord of the Rings versus United States brains prattle? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're gonna get another creator to talk about the U.S. Marines versus fucking the armies of Narnia. Nowhere, that's where.
What the hell is this shit? Let's see what this is. Report my own stream. Why would I? Oh, here we go. There's an edit button under the live. Ha.
Check the dono chat. All right, I'll check the dono chat. Forgot to do that. That's true. Whoa, who's stronger, Batman or Luke Skywalker? Skywalker.
Here we go.
Let me see where I'm at with donos
here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Save that shit right there. Gotta save that. Click done. Click done now. Now it says, and now it still says Diablo 3.
Diablo 4. Seeger Wild says, first time dono and 1SB. Brother, have you seen the story about the illegal school superintendent with the prior felony charges? Who also didn't even have the credentials to hold the job? No. One a day says shh, back on track now. Early summer, I was literally.
Oh, there it is. It's swapped over. It's swapped over. And what the fuck is this Dropbox thing over here?
25 from Crispy says,
Watch to earn drops. I don't care. I don't care. Spent too much time away not streaming here. I'm sure like Twitch is wallowing, I'm sure. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. There we go. Now, thank you for dealing with my BS there. I don't even know what I was doing when I left earlier. I was doing greater risk to level up my gem of power, not gem of power, gem of Bane of power. That's it. And then I was going to level up my swiftness and hopefully get a necklace with a socket. Right? I mean, that one's plenty good for now, but I'm going to need a socket. I'm going to need a socket, and I just got that in because I got one of those in, and I got one of those in just level 1. Like I can go level 2 on him if I get some shit, but there's no point going above level 2 and until I'm trying to get the exact one I want. Like if I were to go into this menu here, these over here, these little boards, and I go to little greater rift. Top. Who wants this now? Why did my whole PC just glunked out? Just went blank. Just went blank. This is not cool. Not cool. I just it just went like, oh, I'm sorry. You can't have the stuff you were looking at on screen. It was back up now. I don't know. See, I put a little food in me, drank another cup of Joe. Now I'm just lit. Mr. Gaguma. He is running. Oh, what? What? A Firebirds? You're kidding me. In under 3 minutes? Holy schmoly. Okay, that's not unusual, actually. He's got 150s, almost everything. He's got that in the helm. Let's see. Oh, looks like he's only got it to level 2 as well. Oh, no, it's rank 3. 3 or more skills are on cooldown. Your lightning and fire skill damage increased by 50%. Yeah, who would have guessed they'd be running that? Your cooldowns are increased. Right. I know there's a secondary thing you get. Probably that second drop there, the fire resistance, bonus experience, that stuff in there. That's what I think. Oh, no, it was vitality. It's that big chunk of vitality up there. Maybe some of that other. I know you get like some extra shit like that at level 2. And then let's see, this one he's got. Yeah. Poison damage. And when you kill an enemy, you deal damage done by death blow to all enemies within 25 yards. Pets cannot trigger this. Seems like there's another one too that's like there's like 3 different ones. I can't remember. I kind of looked it up earlier to see like how many gems and what the things were called that you used to level it up, right? Like I can remember it's some kind of ember. It's the essence of anguish. You level them with the ember of poop or something like that, like charcoal of dung, something along that lines. But whatever. I'm not pushing like these guys, right? But it's reduce cooldowns. He's got crit. Why would you go with reduce? You want area damage. Well, with the gems, you might have needed it, but generally you want crit area damage, right? Intelligence, crit area damage. Here you want resource. Yeah, that's exactly what you want on that. Right there, that's almost perfect, man. Except you want, of course, 8 and 20, a little bit more and to come with like he had to roll, so it's not perfect. Like, oh, again, right there, crit fire skill. So there must be. I'm here. Let's see how many guys got that exact crit fire. Yeah. There's. Let's see. Crit fire. Yep. Once again, are these crit? No, they're not. Okay, let's see if this guy's got. Oh, that one. So I'm guessing there's a recipe at least for the Squirts necklace. Like you like go look on Discord at like there's it's like D3 blah 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 recipe something or other. I'm not sure, but let's see. And I don't know if you. I don't think you need an invite to it on Discord, but they've got the recipes every season, crafting recipes. It's uh, Diablo Seasonal Database is the name of it on Discord. Diablo Seasonal Database. And they've got recipes for primals. Let's see. D4, game mic, spreadsheet. Here we go. And I usually just go down to multi-use. Let's see. We've got, and they change this every once. Let's see under necklaces what we've got here. Yep, it's a Squirts necklace. And the recipe is like create a level 1 wizard, craft and upgrade 16 amulets, create level 1 monk. Okay, put 2 sets of ashes on the necklace and then reforge it 7 times. See, that's a lot of shit. And you will end up, and it comes with, oh, it's in German, so I can't, so I'm not exactly sure what it comes with when it's done. Yeah. And somebody, let's see, rings. Under multi rings, we've got you can make a primal obsidian ring of the zodiac, level 1 whiz, 1 ring, upgrade with primordial ashes 4 times, reforge once, upgrade with primordial ashes once, and then reforge 9 more times. I mean, I like that's kind of what else we got? Puzzle ring, ancient puzzle ring. Yeah, that's way too much for a puzzle ring. For convention of elements, create level 1 wizard, craft 5 rings, 1 set of ashes, reforge 60 times. Yeah, no, not doing that. I mean, you might as well just reforge a ring, multiple rings 40 times and dashboard out. I mean, that's too much. 10 rings, reforge 7 times. No, too much. Right? Because there's so much like. Okay, let's see. Armor. Let's see. St. Andrews, 18 sovereign gloves. Nope. Okay, wait. Let's go back in there. There might be some other ones. Here we go. 18 sovereign gloves. No. Level 1 barb. 3 pair of pants. Sovereign ascendant. Converts at once. Reforge 18 times. No, like why? Why no? I'm just looking like that's stupid shit. A lot of times these people aren't taking the time to really check shit. They're just going crazy. Right. So once you get a whole bunch of okay, let's see weapons. Let's see what they got in their weapons here. They've got a sky splitter, craft 7 axes, upgrade, And the 7th one will be a primal. So that's an easy primal for your ashes. Kind of. Primal Genzuki, level 1 Witch Doctor, craft 7 axes, upgrade. Level 1 Necro. Yeah, and it's the same recipe across several guys. So with the axes. In the Necro, you will get a Butcher's Sickle, not primal. Create level 1 Monk, craft 4 Sovereign Pole Arms, upgrade pole arms. 1 and 4 will be a Bardici, bovine Bardici. Well, which that's actually a not a bad return on that, but generally it's just easier to make a level 1 Crusader and just craft a whole bunch of Sovereign Pole Arms and upgrade them, because it's 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 on average is going to be a bovine Bardici. So there's no point in doing all that other shit. All right, so that's the multi-use. Let me double check these recipes. Okay. No, back out. Back out. Okay, let's do these. Look at the multi-use again. There we go. Rings. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, here we go. All right. What is this? Convention of Elements. Level 1 Wizard, craft 5 rings once. Yeah, no, yeah, that's all the dumb. That's dumb. That's just too much. It's stupid. All right, and then let's see, direct wizard shit. And I'm going to be doing Fear Birds. DMO, Talrashas, channels, armor weapons. Doesn't look like there's anything for Fear Birds. Oh, 1 Fear Birds. Fairbird's Breast. Level 1 Whiz. 14 pieces of armor. Upgrade with 5 ashes, reforged twice. I'm betting you, yeah, that's so nothing really that people just aren't go back to multi-use. What was the necklace again? Level 1 whiz, 16 amulets, level 1. That one's not too bad. Might end up doing that one later. 16 amulets, right? So then you upgrade all 16 of them. And the very last one you put in your stash, make a level 1 monk, drop 2 sets of ashes on it, and then reforge it 7 times. But what I don't like is I didn't see in the multi-use the easy, craft 3 of these and upgrade them, and it will be right. Let's see. We'll check. We'll see if there's anything like that under the other headings. Those will be way later game than I do anything like this. That's just not a bad idea to look. Okay, so for barbs, what do we got? On the savages, 14. Jesus Christ, no. No, that's way too much shit for a Oathkeeper reforged. Switch classes. That's just too much. That's too yeah. I mean, yeah, it's cool that you figured that out. But at the end of the day, 3 sovereign, convert once, reforge 18 times. That's not too bad. But still, if that's not something I'm going to... All right, 72, craft 23, sovereign ascendant shields. Jesus Christ. 8, upgrade for... No, that's still not anything worth. See, Demon Hunter's got a couple things here. Let's see. GOD. Little one, Demon Hunter. 18 Sovereign Ascendant Gloves. Reforge the second one twice. See, that's not crazy. That's not too crazy. Wraps of Clarity. 3 Sovereign Ascendant Bracers. 4 ashes, reforge once. 1 more set of ashes, reforge 4 times. That's an operation. Okay, Witch Doctor. Arachnes. 10 Sovereign Greaves. Reforge ashes, reforge 7 times. That's still a fucking Helltooth. Pants, 3 pants. Convert 6 times. Yeah, that's a huge operation again. And then it has some different 5 ashes to reforge. That's still kind of expensive. Yep, and that's about that. That's about that. Yep, nothing that useful. Nothing that useful there. Nothing that useful. Okay, let's see. I was leveling. Yeah, trying to get to 35 as well. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doo doo doo. Which also means I can go up a couple levels from there as well. Oh, and the little the gems, the boss gem things, curse gems, whatever they're called, soul shards. Once you start getting your ashes, a bunch of your ashes dropping if a level 2 shard. A level 2 shard is equal to a 125 gem Whisper of Atonement. So yeah, you won't have to fuck around and though you'll a ton of those drop. A ton of those are gonna drop. The thing is, you're definitely still gonna have to make a farm build that doesn't have the shard in. Because you're gonna need to put a yellow gem or whatever your build is, right? Whatever you're running. Sork or whatever the gem is for your main stat in your helm. so you can put a broken crown on your follower and get those double gem drops, you're going to have to take the soul shard out of your helm and put that gem in. The other day I was putting stuff in the stash box from last season, and like, I'm used to my old account. It's like well over 3,000 Paragon on it, right? Like you sign into a guy's 3,000 to 5,000 Paragon on all the characters. I don't even remember. I know it's well over 3,000, maybe, but yeah, it's only like 2,000 Paragon on this account because I've played so little above whatever's required to get the season done, right? I only streamed with it a couple seasons before they quit updating the seasons and updating the game, right? And even because I was playing, like on the side I was playing, I'd gotten into Destiny 2, and they were kind of doing it. Was, you know, I was grinding for all those different legendaries and all the different guns you get and gear and whatnot, so that every season, no matter what the new the new meta is, whether it's a strand build or whatever kind of build it's going to be, you've got all the gear to do that build. Then you only have to chase down like one weapon, seasonal weapon, right, to make your new meta build. And then it got way too, like, and about the time I got into it, like my boys have been playing for a while, and they're like, "Come play with me, come, Dad, we got help. Yeah, we got you this game, and da da da. And come play with us." Like halfway through the first season, they quit playing. They just abandoned me. Right, so like another couple seasons, I'm grinding this shit out by myself, trying to. Right, I don't like playing with people I don't know too well. And yeah, now I'm done with Destiny 2, and then Destiny or Diablo 4 came out, and so they're Diablo 4 seasons, and they're just doing this for fun. And here I am, still just doing this for fun. I'm a good way through the Diablo 4 season 10 already. I don't know why I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy this. It's a good game. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got some cool added things you need to do to your build to make it work right. I don't know. Maybe it's that season pass that irritates me. But whatever. Did I ever get? Oh, I need to gamble. So let's close this out. Starting to get more legendaries dropping. That's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah. More Talrash's stuff. Fate's Vow. What is that? Oh, Necromancer. Let's see.
I can't afford that.
Dum. Okay, so let's see. I can put that there. What was the other Talrash? I thought there was two Tal. Oh, the Neki. Better Neki. So, and I think That'll be a decent damage enemies, firelight and immune. Will grant immunity to that element and cause a meteor of the same type to fall. So this will help me get to higher. Like this is not a bad one. Not a bad addition. So let's, here's what I'll do. I'll just, okay, so I don't need that. So I can just extract that. Salvage that. Put that in that helm. And that should, when I get, is that's the 2. Yeah. Oh, this occurs. Let's see. I have to put meteor on the action bar. What can I live without? Maybe. Kind of live without that. So if I put, going to have to do some rearranging. We'll put that there and reshuffle. Wait a minute. Things are on cooldown. That's what's going on. Piece of shit. Okay, now. And then this will become a hit it and forget it button. Whoops, no, that's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Wait, no. Actually, that was better there. Make this the stupid meteor for now. This meteor star there. That's it. No, I don't want that. Actually, I don't think it matters. Right, as long as I don't hit it. Okay, let's go give this a try. Oh, wait, and Gumble. Yeah, because then I could put that on the follower. Oh. Might be able to get 2 bonuses going here. Oh, I can't. Eventually, it'll get there. Save that for now. Look at that. Now I got 2. All right.
You look like you could use a new item of I can't afford that. I didn't even know I had that thing.
All right, all right, all right. There we go, 35.
I wish you luck, hero.
Let me get this going. Yeah, I think I can definitely move up a thing after this. You know, what is my step bonus for the Firebirds? For 3,000 damage until they die. When you die, meteor. I believe this also makes combustion stacks. Maybe not. Nope, not yet. No combustion stacks yet. Yes, fucking whacking dudes. Area damages. Oh, so much fun. Goes from struggling to just wrecking shit so quick in this game. I don't know if this will get me into T16, but I should probably be able to get into like at least 10. Close to 10. What am I? I'm in like 6 now. Uh, So I've like just throwing arcane meteors and lightning meteors and fire meteors all over the place. There's another gembly gem. Oh, nice. I'll have that for my yes, young Anakin. Oh, let's see what. Forcer's Stain of Sin. Which is now I know like there's a couple of gems you can put on your follower that are helpful. Blind Faith. What is it? Fragment of Destruction. And Remnant of Pain. I should have empowered this one just to get the 25 quicker. Okay.
Well done.
If my old masters could see me now.
Okay, that was pretty quick. So that's going to be 8. Level 8 at 38. Or Torment 8.
Prove yourself worthy of your
Still waiting. Need more time. Still waiting. Not ready yet. Need more time. Still waiting. Not ready yet. Still waiting.
Oh, Jesus. Just, Donnie, just run around and let the explosive blast take care of shit. That's. The stock crash.
Need more time.
Oh my gosh. I know there's like watching Andrew earlier. He just had a members only stream going and said there was supposed to be a debate, but I don't know like who or what or when. I doubt it's tonight. Let's see if it's a channel live. Yeah, I know there's no. But hey, Mr. J Dyer is on. He's been on for an hour. Started an hour ago. Missed an hour of J Dyer. What the freaking fuck, AJ? You.
Lodges that were pro CIA and all that. Well, that's what P2 is. P2 lodge were leftovers of masonry that were fascist. So some of the lodges, they actually. This isn't schizo. I'm citing to you normal mainline historic text. Why are you calling this stuff schizo? I'm literally giving you historian Catholic authors that are consultants for the FBI. What are you talking about, schizo?
Yeah, people don't know. They don't know. We don't know our own history. None of us do. Almost seems like since nobody does, like it's on purpose that we don't know these things.
This charter was transformed by Licio Gelli. That's exactly what I just told you.
All the people running around calling other people fascists and Nazis and da-da-da. It's like, the fascists and Nazis killed way less people than the outwardly socialist and communist people did. Like way, way less. And we're looking at 20 million by Stalin alone, just in his 20 million. Like stupid, like 100 million in China under Mao, just under Mao. People, oh, Hitler's the worst. He killed 7 million. What? Your math? Can we discuss your math? Mussolini killed like 5 million people. Again, math versus 20 and 100. That's in just two other countries that were socialist, communist, right? When you take all the countries from Central America and Eastern Europe and Western, like all the other countries that tried that shit, and the millions of people, let alone Africa, the Congo, all the other weird, right? It's like people just don't understand. Oh, whoops.
The borrower is servant to the lender. So I mentioned this stuff on Twitter the other day, and this know-it-all. Well, actually, there were only 2 or 3 loans of the lender. It's like, you want to haggle with me over this, like, minutia, when Scripture says very clearly, borrower is servant to the lender. So if the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the CIA are there,
there's 25 on that one. If I have any other gems I'm going to definitely be using. I don't believe I do. Suppose I can put a few more in this. Well, I've got this one on, so we can put some points in it, I guess, for a while.
So another book that we lectured through that was an academic text was Michael Graziano's recent thesis, published as Aaron into the Wilderness, Religion and the History of the CIA. And this whole book is about the relationship of the OSS
clear out.
American religion.
They just run like, should be able to run like 3.
There were some things that were new to me when we read this. So for example, I didn't know that Tom Dooley. Tom Dooley was a famous
Ish.
Roman Catholic actor who was also recruited into doing a lot of propaganda and Cold War, anti-communist Cold War stuff. And one reason that they were able to do that was because he was gay. So Tom
Ooh.
Dooley, who was very close to Paul VI and a famous honorary PhD from Notre Dame.
Okay, let's learn that stuff right now. Leave that
It's a
stuff.
shocker
Okay.
that a Roman Catholic would be gay.
No, it's not. And I'm going to piss away that
Tom Dooley
25 increased damage reduction.
was apparently
So I can group dudes together in nice little piles
recruited and
smack them with shit.
because he was gay. I mean, this is the point I was making
Okay,
the other day.
40. Okay, this is going to be
The reason that you
P9.
have
So I know what I can raise my level to as well. When I
possible for you to be in a leadership role. It will compromise you, and not only are you compromised, well, you're also subject.
and when I get a whole
to
bunch of
vices.
mats, I may just do a quick check, like just go craft like 10 or 15 swords and upgrade them all to legendary, right? And then pair of gloves and pants and all that, and see if any of them comes back primal on the first roll, right? Like, and also like, so if you're doing a whiz, all you have to do is make a level 1 character and go craft 6 gloves, and you can get a pair of Firebirds or whatever.
By the Rockefeller family, by many, many millions of dollars. But
And I don't think this, this isn't and I don't feel bad about doing stuff like that. And, like, I understand there may still be some purists out there that are like, that's cheating. I'm like, it's actually on the console as part of the game, because everybody who plays on PC has a farm bot that's out there farming mats for them 24/7, so they can just come in and craft whatever whenever they want, right?
the idea was that society's pluralism, a better society, sell that over the USSR's anti-liberal society. You know that the Soviets were anti-liberal. I know that's like shock to some.
Well, yeah, they were very authoritarian. Like,
Sovietism is
yeah.
opposed to capitalism, which is a liberal, classical liberal economic theory. So the CIA reasoned, the OSS reasoned, opposed them with religious pluralism and the idea of a Judeo-Christian pluralist society. That naturally led directly to ecumenism and what's called the doctrinal warfare program of the CIA. Now, this book has a whole section on C.D. Jackson.
See how it clumped them all together for their death there?
Ed Lilly, Henry Luce of Time Magazine, all of these other figures who were involved with the Eisenhower Psychological Strategy Board, PSB, Psychological Strategy Board of Eisenhower. And Henry Luce was a Skull and Bones, the guy behind Time Life magazine. And they went in on this idea that together, if we could come up with a common ethos of a supreme being.
I forgot I do have a Firebird's Eye in the chest as well. That could get me to 4. Or yeah, Firebird's Eye.
Now, this is a secular scholar. Recognize all the things things that I take. He's never religious as far as I know. In fact, he comes off as kind of woke. How can a secular woke dude recognize this? But
He'll
none of
give
you
me
Roman
3
Catholics can recognize
pieces.
this, and you normie dogs can't recognize this. This isn't even a long book. You read this book in 2 days. It's 180 pages. And a mainline academic text will tell you everything that I say. Right here.
Still more arcane power.
Pages 72, 73. Henry Luce then decided it would be useful to recruit people like Billy Graham for this anti-Soviet Cold War message. And the term they came up with, you can't make this, this is so gay. Spiritual democracy.
There's my ambers, I believe.
This is the
Hellforge Amber, yep.
Slogan term. If we all believed in spiritual democracy and understood it, and if we just listen to Billy Graham's lectures, and if we have mass Billy Graham, that's all Cold War. Do you understand? Billy Graham is a Cold War. Those giant tent revivals and stadium revivals are to fight the Cold War, you idiots. It's not about saving your soul. Yes, Billy Graham was utilized. Now, that doesn't mean that Billy Graham was sent to the farm and was given training and was taught how to seduce women and to kill people. No, Billy Graham is.
No, it just means his particular brand of preaching was designed to create a certain.
Voice of America and God's voice to the nations. But it's for the Cold War. It's called the Doctrinal Warfare Program.
Yeah.
Guess what? They didn't just look for evangelical goobers to be the face of this. They also looked for Muslim preachers to be the face of the Cold War. Why am I saying this?
What did
you
it?
cannot understand all of this and all the stuff that
Thought
happened
I.
in Vatican II without the Cold
Oh,
War.
there's one left. Shit. Shit. There we go. There we go. Now let's try.
They also looked for Muslim preachers to be this kind of a pro-Western thing.
Shit.
There was, for example, an
4 minutes. It's not bad. It's not bad.
That they thought could aid in the Cold War. Now, remember, that's where
Oh, wait. Let's.
The CIA pays for and trains
Oh, here we go.
to fight the Soviets.
Oh. Take
In fact, the Doctrinal Warfare Program stressed
that out.
amongst the CIA alliance of the Ecumenist Religious Project, they would intentionally quote,
There it is.
dogmas
There it is.
and stress
Bing.
lowest common denominator, spiritual democracy.
Now that gives us, see, all that. It gives us a bunch of damage, crit hit damage, life per hit, thorns damage, and 24% damage to elites.
Utilize the idea of a global
damage.
project to defeat the Soviets.
And then the third one gives you whatever.
In fact, the CIA during this period would even make ties with Buddhism, thus Tibetan Buddhism, and the Tibetan Project were specific CIA
I'm at
projects.
500,000 damage. Let's take this little bad boy and put it right back in here. Takes us right up to 800,000 damage. Would you look at that? Would y'all look at that? Would you just look at that? See what dropped here? Some garbage.
CIA Tibetan was an anti-Chinese government covert operation spanning 20 years. It consisted of political action, propaganda,
Signature
military
spells,
intelligence
yeah,
operations, all this other
garbage.
stuff, facilitated by arrangements between
Repair. Do my Parazes, Paragonzes.
Are you beginning to see how broad and expansive this ideological war is? And these people don't care about your theological minutia. Okay, to all you theology nerds, they don't care about homoousius. They don't care about the essence of They don't care about filioque.
I'll lose my
The concern
twisters,
is
though. I
a
don't want to
giant
lose my
ecumenist
twisters.
ideological alliance.
Quite
to win
yet.
the Cold War. And why are we winning the Cold War? It's because everybody in the West are the good guys. Now, a lot of people in the intelligence in the West are good guys. My uncle was a famous
I can't afford that.
Come
fellow throughout the
on.
Cold War.
What?
Russians out of Turkey against the Soviets. So I am not pro-Soviet. My point is that
Give me my
when you make
Firebirds,
this
damn it.
alliance, you now have a new master. And if the CIA and the Rockefellers and all these people have bailed out your bank, they're not going to let you just do whatever you want. You answer to them now.
Come on.
And so
Oh,
if John Paul II needs
I
to
got
shoot
ripped
a
off.
photo op for the Cold War,
Totally, completely ripped off.
and all the
Goldskin's good for your
crackhead
follower early
era
on. But
CIA people under Reagan, if they tell him he's
yeah,
going to
you
get
want
rid of
Tal Rosh's on it. On your follower. So just give
this
me some of
Michael Graziano book is great.
these.
It's really good.
Okay, check my
By the way, the last chapter is about Zbigniew Brzezinski.
thing-a-dinger over here.
That whole
Thing-a-dinger,
plan of
wing-a-zinger.
supporting the Al-Qaeda to fight the Soviets.
Okay, yeah, I already got that. So I need,
Oh,
oh
I
yeah,
forgot
up to
another
1100
character that's
blood
brought
shards,
in
which is
by the CIA, Joseph Campbell, and his archetypes that could be
10
utilized
per round.
to promote ecumenism.
So 9. So
134,
that'd be,
135. Now, where did we just
you
see
could go up
today? Joseph Campbell and ecumenism and archetypes. Oh, it's
20.
changing images of man.
So
I
at
think I
least
talked about this at the
60.
beginning.
I need to run a 60 or 65 to be able to hold 1100 blood shards.
Brzezinski type stuff. The first 46
Oh,
pages is about spirituality, archetypes, perennialism, and ecumenism.
no, here we go. Okay.
So I have a whole lecture through the Graziano book. You can go find that on my channel. Also, side note, the Paul Williams book is great, but if you're looking for a more academic text, because Paul Williams wrote his book to be, I think, readable by a large audience, and even though it is more readable than this book, it is dense. I mean, I took notes on every single page. Every page has a
Teleport,
statement.
yeah.
So it will
All right,
take a long
so
time. It is a lot of information to process, but it's written even still for
just in
mass
case this goes
readership.
south for
This
me
book is written a
here.
little more for an academic audience, and it is apparently a PhD thesis, and it's Daniel Ganser's book, NATO's Secret Armies, Operation Gladio, and Terror in Western Europe. And a lot of the information that's in the Williams book will also be in this book. For example, sections on William Colby, sections on Opus Dei, sections on Kissinger, sections on the Mafia, Lucky Luciano, all that stuff.
I think
Even a section that sounds,
I'm not.
I mean, I don't know that my uncle did this, but the chapter on Turkey actually makes sense with the timeline of when my uncle would have been doing these
We'll
missions
find
out
out
against
here.
the Soviets. So I think that it might be. I'll give you an example. He says, at the end of the Second World War, the main priority of the United States in regard to Turkey was to integrate the country solidly within the Western anti-communist defense. Due to its geographic location, Turkey
Yeah, I'm losing too much here now. Still doing a good bit of damage, but seems like I'm not taking any damage. I'm going through a bit more.
Nobody else, not even Norway, was closer to Moscow.
Resource without the. Okay, now I'm doing all right. Might be able to put.
It's the first time I've seen in a book mention the things that they told me. My uncle died in the 90s, so this was like way later.
I should definitely be doing. If I get surrounded, definitely be doing a little bit more elite hunting here. Oh, I can teleport a bunch now. Yeah. What am I doing walking? Ah, here we go. Here we go.
In fact, 1,000 Turks were brought to America and trained from 1950 to 1979. CIA teams.
I'm definitely. I've lost some meteor, right? Because I don't have the lightning damage anymore.
After 1974, also Cyprus. Allen Commando School of Honolulu, U.S. Special Forces, including war in Vietnam, preparing for the war in Vietnam, were trained together with the counter guerrillas. Selected counter guerrilla officers were instructed in the USA at the School of Americans. We're training program Center for the Special Forces terrorists. U.S. Army post 5 miles southeast of Atlanta, Georgia.
Where's the?
Officers?
There we go.
60,000 Latin Americans. That's just crazy. Like these drills and these training cells, like they train a lot of people and then send them out. America also played a role in training pod cells or Al-Qaeda cells. Allegedly, the School of America's Terror Training Center in the U.S. was also identical to the Al-Qaeda centers in Afghanistan as far as methods that were taught. So they learn how to do all the same stuff. Right? So in other words, Al-Qaeda's training is basically identical to buddy. So that's another text on this that's more. Fighting. Text, though, overall, that I want to stress. I know it's a difficult book, and we've not lectured through the whole thing. We've lectured through half of it. But it is an absolutely necessary book. It's probably one of the most important geopolitical texts that I've read that I recommend. It's not for everybody. Most of you are not going to get it, not going to read it. I've not met anyone that has read it. I'm the only person I know other than I'm not saying nobody's read it. I'm saying I've never met a person who's read it because I bring it up and nobody knows what I'm talking about, even though I have recommended and promoted it for 7 years at least. And that is this book. I think it has been reprinted, by the way. John Courtney Murray, Time, Life, and the American Proposition: How the CIA's Doctrinal Warfare Program Changed the Catholic Church. Now,
oh, my controller batteries are low? What the heck? At least with this game, when the controller dies, it pauses the game. I'm not just going to be dying.
I don't know if I'll be able to find this, but way back in my trad days, there used to be reference made to Look magazine, which is a Jewish magazine.
Taking a while to. Not really taking a bunch of damage from them, which is good.
You can find the entire article. I read the article from the 1966 Look magazine. How Jews changed Catholic thinking. And the article is about Jewish lobby and influence at Vatican II, particularly Nostra Aetate, but not just Nostra Aetate. Also, the eventual removal of the Good Friday prayers against Jews in the Latin Mass, which the Vatican has removed. Now, where's Fuentes or any of these people on this topic? Oh, yeah, they don't ever talk about this, do they? I will say it, though. Tim Gordon did have a debate on this. I think Tim Gordon had a debate with a classical theist. I think they had a debate on the removal of this perfidious Jews thing. Now, you can go look it up, but you can see that what I'm talking about is real.
Oh, come on.
Now,
Give me what
here's
I'm
your
looking for.
favorite Skittles.
Ah,
Can't afford that.
He wrote a whole article on it. Now, again, how come the trad cats, the Roman Catholics, why aren't the pop apologist Catholic people talking about this? The Latin Mass Good Friday traditional prayers prayed against the Jews. It said something like perfidious Jews. It's been years since I've seen this or I've thought about this. Perfidious, that's it. In 1959, John the 23rd had removed the perfidious Jews. Post Vatican II, it was all
I
redrafted.
don't really need that.
And I guess they got rid of heretics and schismatics too.
Just because I want it. There.
So, and why did they do that? Well, in part because
Almost.
of what I said with the Look magazine.
Like having the teleport.
And also, but it's not just that. It's also
But
documents
also, yeah.
what Nostra Aetate. So it's not just the Jews. It's also the CIA. It's also the Rockefellers. There's a lot of interests that wanted to move and turn the Vatican and its theology and its giant base for Cold War purposes and long-term other purposes. In fact, there's an entire chapter in Wim Hof's book about John Courtney Murray
Why
and his
didn't I do that?
relationship with the Rockefellers. The
Generally
reason the
don't.
Rockefellers were so interested in this is that they wanted to get some of the liberal Jesuits on board to change the
There we
ethics of the Roman
go.
Catholic
It's
Church on
not ancient.
contraception,
Let's see if we
abortion,
can
etc. They wanted the Roman Catholic Church
convert.
to accept
What?
all of that stuff for depop because of population. There's a whole chapter on it.
Ah.
David Wimoff is a traditional Catholic, not a sedevacantist, traditional Catholic lawyer.
Okay. I'm getting way more out of
He
this.
wrote this book,
Right now, I'll learn
which
the
is
3
one of the
pieces
most
of
important
Firebird.
books I've ever. It's
Yeah,
1,000 pages.
that
And
away
it
for
has
now.
at least probably 1,000 footnotes, maybe more. I mean, it's in notes, so I can't tabulate them for you,
45
but
gets us
like
10,
every
I'm
chapter
sure.
is,
Okay,
30
so
footnotes.
let's
And there's a bunch of little chapters.
drop.
And the whole book details most of the stuff that you hear
Set
me talk about.
us
Like there's a whole section on
on
Wycliffe.
10.
There's a whole section on Woodrow Wilson and Fabian Socialism.
Run a
There's all
normal
there
one of
in
these
the
here.
book. But also the changes that were identified in Roman Catholic theology that needed to go. For example, multiple Roman Catholic papal teachings about the state being
shit.
Christian have to be overturned and done away with.
Wasted.
Such as Quas Primus, the Feast of Christ the King,
Oh, no, I can just
the
change. I
Document
can just
Immortale
change.
Dei,
I still, this is a regular.
all of which are papal
So,
documents, which talks about
change
the
this
need
back
for the state
to
to also be Catholic or Christian,
this
etc.
for now.
You can't have ecumenism, and ecumenism can't be a CIA
There we
project
go.
if the Catholic Church continues to stress that the state be Catholic. So ecumenism is Americanism applied to religion. That is the thesis of the first half of the book. And it's true. And he shows it. And not just him, Michael Graziano, who has nothing to do with David Wim Hof or anything to do with this theological Catholic
Oh,
project.
my controller's about to die. I forgot.
The exact same thing. The OSS and the CIA understood that ecumenism is a geopolitical concept. Now, when I was a TradCat, I was a dork,
Okay, back to
and
town
I
real
thought it was all
quick.
theology. Oh, it's all theology. Oh, Thomas Aquinas. No, they don't care about Thomas Aquinas in Rome. What matters in Rome is geopolitics.
Geopolitics. Yep.
And the Vatican Bank. And that's
It's
what
always been about
many
power with the
ignorant
Vatican. It's
young
never been about the
TradCats
faith.
don't understand, as I didn't understand until I grew up and got wise, and I started reading things like books on the history of the Mossad. What? Oh, you mean like Gordon Thomas's Gideon spies? Why would I care about this in regard
Okay.
to well, it turns out there's
I
quite
need
a bit
arcane
on the
power.
papacy and Catholicism in this history of the Mossad book. And I'll just give you
Okay.
one example. And I'm just showing you that there's
Don't need
multiple
this anymore. I
interests
don't think I
involved
can.
in something as
Should
big
be
as
able
the Vatican,
to.
the Vatican Bank, and so forth. I recommend getting this book, by the way. It's a great book.
There we go.
A lot of what you've heard me talk about, there's actually an entire
I suppose
chapter
just all the
on
meteors
back going
falling
to
right
this.
now.
For those that don't know, Gordon Thomas is a
Make this
mainline
this.
best-selling journalist historian. He's written 40 books.
They fall quite a ways out.
Many of them deal with the history of espionage and intelligence. He wrote, for example, a book on the history of MI5 and MI6. He
Okay.
has a book. I think I have a book of his on MK Ultra. He's written all kinds of stuff. Now, this is not a conspiracy book. In fact, on the back of the book, there are blurbs and support from GQ Magazine, The Washington Post, Maxim, Publishers Weekly, Kirkus Review, etc. Even the former head of the Mossad says this book tells it like it was and like it is. That's Meir Amit, former director of Mossad. So this isn't kooky stuff. This is mainline academic history. If you go to page
I have on the follower here.
by the way, there's a really fascinating
Okay.
chapter on
Hence
Henri
its
Paul
feet, so I can put.
being an asset for French SIS and MI6. And although Gordon Thomas doesn't outright say that Diana was assassinated, you can kind of read through read between the lines in this chapter at the very beginning. Anyway, fast forwarding to page 214. This is a chapter on the OSS and the CIA and the Vatican. Oh, wait a minute, I thought that was all conspiracy. No, it's actually mainline history. You just don't know about it. In 1945, the OSS was
Give up
welcomed into
my.
the Vatican. In the words of James Jesus Angleton, who was the head of the OSS station in Rome, we came with open arms. Pius XII and his Curia asked James Jesus Angleton to help the church set up a militant anti-communist crusade by getting the Italian Christian Democratic Party, exactly what I told you, in the power.
There we go.
Angleton
I
was
want
a
the.
practicing
I want the
Roman Catholic
death
and
breath.
used all of his
Death
resources
breath more
to
important
bribe
than
Royal
keys.
Britain anyone to support Christian immigrants. He'd been given full access to the Vatican's unparalleled information gathering services. So the Vatican is intelligence. They existed throughout Italy, our information. Every curate and priest was called upon to report activities of the cultists and watch churches open. That was right. I'm not saying communism was good, by the way. A lot of you guys are dumb. I know, and a lot of you people have a challenge with the slow boy status.
It's just that the church shouldn't be involved in shit like that. Is what he's. His point.
I know you think it's cops, but you understand there can be two bad guys. You understand two bad guys can oppose each other. I know that's hard. We don't under 100 IQ to figure out, but they can happen.
My enemy's enemy.
You ever notice that sometimes two bad guys fight each other? Sometimes Tony fights other monsters. I can assess all this information. They would then pass it on to James Houston Angleton, who would then send it on to OSS and then later to the CIA. So they kept tabs on all the communists. CIA also want to perhaps co-opt meetings between Pius and the Pius and Angleton became sessions where communism loomed ever larger. So, oh, wait a minute, turns out Angleton, the Israeliophile CIA master spy, is regularly meeting with and consulting and telling Pius the XII what to do. In fact,
Die. There we go. I'm about stuck here for a while, though.
Suddenly became an enthusiastic proponent of the U.S. foreign policy. By 1952, the Rome station chief was now. By 1952, Rome was now the station chief. Now had the CIA, not the OSS. It was a nude Val Tradcat, Liam Colby. He went on to mastermind all the CIA's activities in Vietnam, including the Phoenix program, which was weaponized zero. He had established a very powerful network of informers within the Vatican State and its Secretary of State. In fact, every Vatican congregation had a network of Colby's CIA informants. He used them to fight the CIA, to help the CIA fight Soviet espionage that was also happening in Rome and throughout the globe. Now that's true, and we covered John Kaler's whole book on the KGB and the NKVD's operatives in the Vatican. So we've covered an entire, that's a CIA historian, that's a guy from the CIA. We've covered his book. So you understand, I don't just go by conspiracy books. I go by critic of the CIA and mouthpiece of the CIA books. You look at both. I know that's hard for some of you people to understand. There's establishment books and anti-establishment books, and then we read both. I know you're either or, you're dialectical, but we don't do that. That's why the analysis that we do is superior to everybody else's analysis, and no one else lectures through the books, dozen by dozen by dozen, like we do. Who else does this? There are no other channels that do this.
DPH. Sorry. But he does way more church stuff and like ancient history, like right.
In 1960, the CIA achieved another breakthrough with Cardinal Montini. 3 years later, he gave the CIA the names of all the priests that the United States deemed by the Vatican to be perhaps potentially
Someone hit
now,
me hard.
in practice, in theory, I don't necessarily have a problem with this because I assume that this is going to happen and this is what would happen. But my point is that who has ever told you this? That your priests and your Roman Catholic prelates are spying on you and giving information to people in Washington. And Washington is giving them information in dirt. Nobody tells you this. The Cold War was at its peak, and thus paranoia ran riot. The FBI hounded priests, many of them were suspected of being liberation theologians, etc. The CIA thus had a substantial slush fund called Project Money that they used to make generous gifts to Catholic charities, schools, and orphanages. These would pay for the restoration of churches and buildings that the Vatican owned. All expense-paid holidays were given to priests and nuns known to be staunchly pro-American. What's the problem with going gifts? Raise and tread, dude. Raise and tread. The problem is, you now have new masters, you dummy. You think the CIA is just your buddy? They just give you millions of dollars and put all this in the Vatican bank because they're cool? base and try. They're so cool. They just get like free money, bro. These guys give out free money, bro. No, it needs you now. This is big boy fan stuff. This is organized crime stuff. You don't get millions of dollars and do whatever you want, bro. You then owe them. They're your masters now. The borrower is servant to the lender. Successive CIA station chiefs thus were regarded by the Vatican as more important than the American ambassadors to Italy. John XXIII was elected pontiff in 1988.
Somebody's online. Slayer. Slayer's online.
John offered his access, ordered that CIA access to the Vatican must cease. The agency's panic increased when the CIA learned that the Pope had begun to nurture seeds of what he called embryonic Ostpolitik and started a conscious dialogue with Khrushchev. With the CIA station shifted to Rome, the Vatican was no longer committed to the American project. So you see how this is complicated. On the 23rd, stopping John 23rd is doing it because he's open to Soviet communism. You see how this is complex. It's not good guy, bad guy. I know a lot of you people think the world is cops and robbers. You're fourth graders who think everything works that way. You have two bad guys. You understand? CIA analysts in Washington prepared exhaustive assessments with such grandiose titles as the links between the Vatican and communism. The CIA's director at that time, John McCone, flew to Rome.
Flew to Rome.
John McCone spoke without any option. So you see, like, it's not the LARPing flies in. Sound like or Quizat's Hot Rock of the world. You guys are so naive, man. So naive. Speaking softly, John the 23rd explained that the church had an urgent duty to solve world poverty. No human rights. Close down slums. Oh my God. So John 23rd basically just spouting a bunch of woke bullshit as the CIA directors. John 23rd insisted that he would be open to talking to anybody that would help him end racism. Even the Soviets. The only way to meet the challenge of communism was to confront it with reason and argumentation.
That is too expensive.
No, because the people who believe in communism, socialism, have decided to ignore. Oops, it's necklace. Oh, that'll wreck that though. We'll save it for now. Shave that. Shave that. That goes into fires. Goes into fires.
John Paul I fell afoul of the.
That is too expensive.
On the 23rd, according to.
Come on.
Died pretty quick after telling off the CIA director.
One. One shot. Not a Firebird.
Outside, CIA Director John McCone strolled through the Vatican like a landowner who could return home after a long absence. So, you think you're going to tell the CIA what to do, John the 23rd? Bye-bye, and we will put in our man on the 6th. Now, isn't it interesting that when I brought this up the other day, some people were skeptical when I replied to Tom Woods. Remember this? Tom Woods could have really what? What are you talking about? Why would the Pope submit to international elites when the Pope has the same ideology? He doesn't need to submit. No, I'm talking about this stuff. This is why the Pope is. He knows that if he doesn't, he might just be a John Paul I or John the 23rd quick handed. And that doesn't mean that John the Paul I and John the 23rd are good people. You know what I'm saying? A bad guy can kill another bad guy, you dummies. I'm not calling my audience dumb. My audience is smart. I'm talking about the newbies that show up. The one that just gets so
I've been listening to him for a long time, but maybe it's just because listening to like stupid sci-fi shit on the radio, and it's like George Norrie, Coast to Coast I Am with George Norrie, and whoever the name of the guy was originally. I can't even remember his name. There's all these conspiracy theory, ghost, alien story things, right? Just for entertainment, right? I'm like listening to it late at night at work, doing like dishes or working in a warehouse, whatever I'm doing late hours at night. You get tired of hearing the same music on repeat, right? It's just this, right? It didn't have digital music, didn't have Spotify, right? So it was the radio. You listen to the radio unless you had tapes or CDs, and the battery power to run a cassette player or a CD player is much higher than the battery power to just listen to the radio, right? So the radio it was. All kinds of entertaining shit. Theories about ancient Aztecs and Mayans and all the weird shit, all the funny, cool, weird shit. So, can't say I wasn't completely adverse to the ideas proposed by Jay and Alex, right? Alex Jones, Lord Voldemort, right? And all those guys when they started. No, because yes, I understand most of it's BS. Most of it's just them speculating and throwing darts at the board. Sometimes they hit the boards, Sometimes they hit a bullseye, but usually it's not. It's just somewhere in the neighborhood, right? Just places you can get to with general speculation. And then I always know the difference between when they're speculating and when they're reading a report that says, this is what we're going to do. This is our plan. This is what we're going to do. This is who we're going to use to do the plan. And then show you, like, in media where it's happening, right? Like, look, here, look, who's popular in the news? This guy. Who's in this report that they say they're going to get to do X, Y, and Z? Well, look, it's this guy. It's this company. It's these people. They're all right next to it, right? I don't know. Yeah, some speculations, but and then
By the way, this
yeah,
happens under Paul VI.
Alex Jones reading like Jay Dyer here, reading the books that were written by the guys who done the deeds, right? There's this weird thing about people who do stuff like that have huge egos. They have huge egos. They got to tell people. They got to tell you know what I did. You know what I did. I done this thing, and this thing done this, and it caused this major thing to happen across all of Europe. Okay, like look at the thing, and they have to tell people. They have to tell. Not only that, these egomaniacs, right? Because it's like some people, oh, it's because they're part of a cult, and the cult part of their thing is they have to tell people what they're going to do before they do it, so you accept it. Otherwise, their witch powers won't work. Kind of shit, right? No, because they're just narcissistic, egocentric fucks who like to boast about what they're doing, what they're going to do, and what they have done. Right? So they just write books. They write books about the shit. All you got to do is go find them and read them, or listen to guys like Jay who have far better reading comprehension than I do, right? And he'll tell you all about it. Just don't be too, right? Don't buy in too much, and don't be too skeptical. You know, right? Some skept some skepticism is warranted. I can tell that I have not been speaking in drawn out sentences, full complete sentences on command, making sentences and making them mean something without having to think about it. Just let the sentences come out of your mouth and have meaning. I have not been doing that, and I can tell my thought processes are very slow. My recall is very weak right now. It's very disappointing. So I think whether anybody watches this or not, I think this is a good reason for me to do this, is just to flex the brain, make it work, make it remember shit, make it make sentences while listening to something intellectual like Mr. Dyer here.
It's also similar to the Franklin cover. It's chapter 18. And it's a chapter called Blackfriars Bridge. This is where Holly was upside down on the Sonic code. Holly was killed upside down, and they. Where the guys are just the
The Hanged Man. It's the Joker, the Hanged Man.
No, that's not the Death Card. What's the one where the guy's hanging upside down? Danny? So if I recall, when Roberto Calvi was assassinated, he was found upside down in that pose. Calvi was not taken lightly. The CIA had to resolve
Barely missed with the big boom.
All the Ambrosiano and Brulio, and few individuals more vital Gladio than Pazienza. No one was more wired into the operation's power brokers. As a trained physician, Pazienza had a man profession to
Boots.
serve as a gladiator operative. His
All
marriage
right.
to serve ceased to be.
I need pants. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get that shit right there.
And was assisted by a former NATO general, Santovito, Commander Secretary of State Alexander Haig, and former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. So these are the three people kind of running this operation here to get rid of Calvi, according to Williams. A leading member of P2, Kissinger regularly met with Licio Gelli.
Those doing the fire.
Is a leading member of
What we got here?
regular meeting with Licio Gelli, who was the Masonic P2, basically running everything under Kissinger. He was later named as a co-conspirator in the Bologna bombing, which, pointed out, is a Gladio operation. Since 1978, he had been working closely with Henry Arson at Sitbon, arranging the sale of a fleet of warships to Saddam Hussein.
Come on.
Pazienza was also a man of honor with filial ties to Callo and Interilo, members of the Gambino family.
Oh, I'm wearing them.
By the way, this would all tie into John Gotti and Sammy the Bull too, by the way. That's why I should have asked him about this. I didn't think to. Thanks to the friendship with Michael Ledeen, Pazienza became deeply involved in U.S. political affairs, including the implementation of Billygate. This was a plot connecting President Jimmy Carter's brother with the Popular Front of the Liberation of Palestine.
Oh, come on. Give me something that I don't already have. Oh, my goodness. That's some BS right there. That is some BS right there. At least it's better gloves, though.
By the loans to the Vatican's shell companies. Through his CIA contacts, he arranged for two American investors, presumably David Rockefeller and Robert Armayo, and three Saudi businessmen to pay two banks $1.2 billion to buy the 9 shell companies that now held 16% of the Banco d'Ambrosio's stock.
Oh, some days. Like, that was horrible, RNG. That was just horrible. Like, you could have dropped the pinions, it could have dropped the breast, it could have dropped the helm, could have dropped the pants. Oh, my goodness.
Buy 16% of the Ambrosiano stock held by all the shell companies as equity. Investors intended to purchase more
Teleport.
shares
Big deal.
interested sellers in order to obtain a 20% holding. This would grant them then ownership of one of Italy's most prestigious banks. The matter seemed settled. Roberto Calvi then sighed a sigh of relief. No one expected John Paul II's reaction. Pope John Paul II opposed this plan,
not because he was a good person.
It was a pipe dream. He just didn't think it would work. In a 1986 interview with L'Espresso magazine, Pazienza said the Ambrosiano plan, in the eyes of the Pope, was to represent the modern secular arm of the church in the world. This new temporal power was seen as the penetration and control of financial and publishing activities, including the acquisition of Italy's leading daily newspaper. This would counterbalance the secular Marxist influences that were becoming ever popular and predominant in Italy. The popes believed that the church could weather this crisis and thus take ownership of Banco d'Ambrosio was reflected by the optimistic statements from Archbishop Marcinkus, another one of the criminals. In 1982, the storm clouds gathered around the Holy See. Marcinkus, in an interview with the Italian magazine, said, Roberto Calvi merits our trust. We have no reason to doubt him. We have no intention to cede the Banco d'Ambrosio. And of course, it didn't work. Ambrosiano collapsed. I wonder if that means that they didn't buy it out. Because if it collapsed, then maybe they didn't sell it. I don't remember.
I wish you luck.
On June 11th, while packing his bags, Roberto Calvi told his son, "I will reveal to you the things that were once known that will rock the Vatican. This will cause the Pope to resign." Well, it didn't.
Need more time.
Showed decisions in Italy were made by Licio Gelli at the
Need more
right,
time.
on page 231 about the Masonic. Calvi's demise was
Not ready yet.
Masonic lodges. The Black Friar is an Italian name for it. Black Friar Lodge, called Lodge 372 on the list of Masonic lodges. In fact, the masonry in the form of a brick body seen hung in the way that traitors should be roped down.
Still waiting.
Thomas Rod.
Not ready yet.
He's got this awesome recall, and he's able to cross-reference all these different books.
Third, we got the and then we got
Need more time.
under Nixon.
Not ready yet.
Holy See once again established its close connection to the CIA under Nixon on war. All this Savi Zamir had learned from his Washington Hatsa. Hatsas are the aid Mossad.
Still waiting.
Mossad as the operatives, I should say. Cyanim are the ones that aid them.
Not ready yet.
Now, this brilliant sunny morning of January 10, 1973, he and his colleagues were driven to the Vatican. So this is the head of Mossad, I think. Driven to the Vatican to check security arrangements for Golda Meir's visit to the Vatican. Samir hoped it would result in Mossad taking the place of the CIA in the Vatican. So Mossad was established as a key. So the Apostolic Palace as the Vatican's unlocked the form of Gilii, the Vatican's fine. Leo, Pope Francis, they don't want you to have guns, but the Vatican has Gilii, its own security service, its own secret service. More.
Yep, anytime people don't want you to have your own weapons, there's a reason. Because they're about to do something to you that you would defend yourself over, right? That you would punish them for. And doing so requires force, which requires weapons. Whether it's guns or swords or bombs or tanks or whatever it is.
Why should we have open borders? Because it's a missionary thing.
Oh, big borders. Like, that's just, like, there's no... When people start talking about open borders, just start talking about The Walking Dead and the Negans, right? Open borders is you inviting the Negans. Show up with their baseball bats, with barbed wire, and be brutal and vicious and take all your shit because they don't believe nobody in the world believes the shit Americans believe about how a society is supposed to be run, or Western society in general, Western America, Europe, Western Europe, Western society in general, right? No other countries in the world believe that shit, right? They're all I get him? Yeah. Right? They all, they definitely believe in more authoritarian and tribal and gang-like culture, and they don't give a damn about you living or dying. Like they care about their own and their own alone.
Comments in. 14 men in
Freaking
black.
flying bugs.
That's the Secret Service. You should have open borders and you shouldn't have guns. The guy with a palace, 14 Secret Service guys. Okay, so Zavir Zamir. Get this. This is great. So, I want the admission to the honesty here. When he was taken into the Vatican, the first thing he did was look for places that he could bug the Holy See. This is 217. Like the first thing. First thing I did, where can I bug the Vatican? As you guys recall, this recently happened at the White House.
Yep.
Turns out, I think General Flynn or Roger Stone, somebody talked about this the other day on Lord Baltimore. They were like, yeah, after the Israelis left, we found bugs in the White House. Shocker. I mean, it says
In the toilet, yeah. And it's like, so I think the English said something about Yahoo bugging bathrooms and stuff as well. Gem of Ease.
John Paul II comes to power, turns out he is very closely allied with and very close friends with the Reagan era neocon CIA. That guy is William Casey. William Casey, the Trad Cat, who, well, you know, Fordham University. Anybody in the Orthodox world have any clue, any idea why Fordham might be relevant here? Oh, it's classic Jesuit CIA university. Now, John Paul II meets with William Casey all throughout his pontificate.
All right. Come on. Come on. You know you want to drop that Firebirds. You know, gosh darn it.
In 1981, Casey, CIA director, was amongst the first people John Paul II received.
Oh, it's still not enough. But no, not Reforged. Should get one out of it. Yeah. What? And not enough. Oh, yeah, because I didn't do. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Like the frustration, bro. The frustration. Ugh.
Time.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna read you
Then
this.
your trial.
Listen to this.
Not ready yet.
Every Friday evening, CIA Station Chief in Rome brought to the Apostolic Palace to give John Paul II the latest secrets obtained from the satellite surveillance and the electronic eavesdropping by the CIA field agents. No other foreign leader had access to the Pope like this. Every week. The political core of the highly centralized Vatican bureaucracy had more than at any time in its 500 years become deeply involved in international events. As a world leader, this involvement nearly cost the Pope his life when he was almost assassinated in 1981 by by Ali Agca.
Not ready.
Wild stuff about Ali Agca and its connection to the Turkish Grey Wolves, which is where the Turkish intelligence operatives
Need more time.
out of the Wolves, which were organized crime. And he talks about Ali Agca and these connections. No, he mentions the Grey Wolf.
Need more time. Not ready. Still waiting.
Formalized relationships between Assad and Rome.
Not ready.
In the wake of Golda Meir's unsuccessful attempts to establish diplomatic ties with the Vatican, Sadiq Amir established a permanent Assad presence in Rome and tried to penetrate them. Working out of a building close to the Israeli embassy, Hatza tried to fail to recruit increased informants. Most of what he learned was gossip over bars. Launching the CIA chief headed to Rome every week on his Friday night meetings. However, it doesn't remain this way. This chapter continues to stress how close John Paul II was to the CIA on a regular basis. Throughout this chapter, I'm not going to
Need more time.
hopefully want to check it as page 4. The interesting thing was that
Not ready.
I'll just read this.
Still waiting.
After this, by 1993, Nahum Admoni was no longer Mossad's chief. His successor, Shabbatai Shavit, continued the delicate process of trying to bring the Mossad closer to the Vatican. Part of that maneuvering was to show the Pope that both Israel and the PLO, this was when they were still battling the PLO, had at long last a genuine interest in reaching some settlement, and they recognized a common threat of Islamic fundamentalism. John Paul II bore the physical scars of that through the Ali Agca event. However, Mossad had been busy on a continent where the Vatican pinned so many of its hopes for the future, Africa. From there, the Holy See one day expected to emerge a future black pope.
Need more time.
So maybe use that black man available for
Still waiting.
who's the black I forget his name. It was there that Mossad had already shown himself in the past master of the black art of playing off one intelligence agency against another two security opposition. Now,
Not ready.
it's not actually what I was looking for. There's a specific section where eventually it does mention.
Need more time. Still waiting. Need more time.
Oh wait, here we go.
Still waiting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you remember, John Paul II's BFF was Jersey Kluger, right, which led. What's that?
Still waiting. Not ready.
This, oh, R.C. O'Brien, the untold story of the lifelong friendship, changing the relationship between Catholics and Jews, and this is all about how no pope like John Paul II had ever done what he had done to rehab all this relationship between the Vatican and the Jews. The Mossad told John Paul II that the plot to kill him
Oh,
from Ali Agha actually originated in Iran. So the Mossad's telling John Paul II that it's the Iranians that tried to assassinate you, and they use Ali Agha, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's in Turkey, and anyway, the knowledge would color John Paul's attitude towards Islam and Israel. I'm not sure what. I mean, I guess that means he's pro-Israel at this point. This gets into like John Paul trying to navigate between Israel and the PLO and Arafat and all this stuff. Anyway, I think what I'm looking for is here. It says the newspaper reports showed. This is after the PLO had been involved in a terror event, April 12, 1984. And I think Luigi Poggi, I think he's the Vatican ambassador or whatever. And then they invite
Too expensive.
the new head of the Mossad in the 1980s to the Vatican. That's it.
yeah. It's,
And it says,
oh, but you know what?
on April 13, 1986, as a result of all of this, John Paul II
Give
did something
me-
that no pontiff had ever done. Can you guess what he did?
Make me a bit tougher.
I can't
Anyways.
believe
Don't think any of that increases any of my damage.
He went to pray in the synagogue. He entered the synagogue of Rome and was embraced by the chief rabbi, each dressed in their regalia. The two men walked side by side to the platform together where the Torah was written.
Yeah, it just makes me tougher.
However, although this was a
Drop this
historic
here
moment,
for now.
it still did not achieve what Israel wanted, which was papal diplomatic recognition. That would come in 1993 when, despite continuing objections from Vatican hardliners, diplomatic ties with Mossad were established. There we go. Now, where's any of the trad cats on this? What amazing trad cat hypocrisy to ignore all of this mainline history as every day they shout Jew, 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 Jew incessantly when their own Vatican recognized Israel. I think it was recognized Israel in 1993. We'll fact check that. Fact check. I mean, this is what it sounds like Thomas is saying here. Or maybe it just means established diplomatic relations. Let's see. Yes, the Holy See officially recognized the State of Israel in 1993. So that occurred
Whoops.
due to Mossad arranging Golda Meir's visit and so forth, and leaking the info that Iran planned the assassination of John Paul II by Ali Agha. Now, who knows if any of that's true? But the main point is that the purpose of it worked. The purpose of all that was to get John Paul II to go to the synagogue in Rome to show that he worshiped the same God. I don't know what the purpose of it. It's a big PR stunt, like the CIA getting John Paul II to go and
Did I put one of those in here yet? No.
It's in the John Kaler book. John Paul II had this famous photo that helped end the Cold War. In fact, Ronnie Holdsworth even made a video like how awesome it was. It's like he's dying. John Paul II is not ending the Cold War and defeating the communists through this awesome staged photo op. He's doing it at the best, the CIA, Goobus. That's Goofer and Goofus together. It's my new term. It's a Goobus. Brian Holdsworth is a Goobus. It's a goofy goober. It's also a Goofus. Cappadocian solid hypostatic properties. The theological orations, and then you need to read also not just the 5 famous theological orations, but I think it's oration like 23 all the way up to like 28 of Gregory Nazianzus. Those are great. Those are some of the easiest ways to join. Also, I mean, Dr. Lawrence's talks go through the whole idea of the Father as the archangel. What am I looking up? Oh, John Paul II or photo op. Now I've forgotten which photo it is. Is it the photo with the Black Madonna? The John Kaler book here with me, but there's some famous photo of John Paul II that has to do with. Maybe we should just look up Brian Holdsworth video because he talks about it.
Seems like
He might not mention the actual photo though. Does anybody remember the actual photo? We talked about it.
Oh, it's the Neffler boots. That's what I'm thinking that I and I don't have the weapons.
John Kaler's book.
Still waiting.
Spies in the Vatican. This John Kaler.
Not ready yet.
So it has he's writing from the vantage point of the CIA. Oh yeah, of course. John Paul II. When did we help? Help us win the Cold War. He's also. Notice that's another reason why John Paul II is John Paul the Great. Why is he a saint? Does it actually have anything to do with holiness? It's actually a question
They're spreading Christianity.
$25. Thank you for all this great info as
Oh,
well as
did I miss that? I did miss it.
Now they think they're more and more serious. They're committed. They're no different than the cafeteria couch and pick and choose what they want. Like it's a Roman Catholic system. Slinky, $2. Thank you for everything you do, Jay. Thank you. Ghost, $5. Jay, I went to Orthodox Church for the first time. My first time in a church. Oh wow, that's great. Amazing. I had a great experience. Good. I wanted to thank you for pushing me that way. Man, that's great to hear. That's actually probably better off. You're actually in a better position. It's fresh. Because then you don't come with all this like Protestant or Roman Catholic baggage. It's just it'll be easier. Austin Alvarez, $5. As if there wasn't enough reason to reject papacy based on historical and theological positions, now become rubbish. Yeah, that's the point here. It's not just a question of theology nerd stuff. That's what I thought when I was a naive young man. No, it turns out when you see Leo the 14th urging European institutions to promote a healthy secularism, what the heck does that even mean? Nonsense.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as healthy secularism. What? Now,
The Pope just did that.
5 seconds. What are you talking about? Just lie. Just straight up lie.
Need more.
The first freaking link that comes up. What are you talking about? Oh, well, I can't find that article. It's the first one that comes up. What are you talking about?
Not ready yet.
It's funny. Shot. And then they'll act like it doesn't exist or you can't find it, so that you can then bait them into saying it's not real. It's like it's infinity code. It's infinity code. So sometimes you can bait them into this by and they'll always fall for it. That's not a real article. I can't find it. It's the first one that comes up. The same thing happened.
Need more time.
This guy.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
What are you talking about?
Oof.
They said I made this up. It's in your freaking mainline. Life site is mainline Roman Catholic.
Not ready yet.
That is not made up. It's mainline stuff. They said, oh, he's not actually a
Ooh.
lib.
Well, I guess
He's
there's.
actually a Latin Mass proponent. Archbishop Bernard Longley, the controversial Soho LGBT Mass guy. He's the one that did the LGBT Mass. And they're saying he's a trad cat Latin. They're just liars, dude. You guys are liars. And now I like that everybody sees that you lie. Just outright lies.
Your spirit
Latin Mass trad cat. He's not even pro-gay. What are you talking about?
That is too expensive.
Yeah. Gosh.
Reminder, although we are not getting into this today because I did a whole live stream on this a couple weeks ago, I want to remind you, which is absolutely directly tied into what we talked about for the last 3 hours today. All of what we said is exactly why the Vatican II documents teach Fabian
Oh my
socialism.
God! Finally.
The CIA is not a conservative right-wing organization. The CIA is a Fabian socialist organization created by and headed up by originally Fabian socialists, the OSS heads
You're
were
gonna
Fabian
have to put
socialists.
the
They
boots
were like,
on.
they were against
Oh,
NKVD Sovietism. They're not
okay.
capitalists who were against communism. They're Fabians who were opposed to Sovietism.
I think I still have the gloves on.
That's why
Okay.
Gaudium et Spes teaches
There we
Marxism
go.
socialism. And if you don't believe me, we literally go through in 40 minutes the proof. And I didn't even know there's other sections I didn't even know about. In fact, Gaudium et Spes even says open borders migration. I didn't even know it was in there. Somebody in the comments pointed it out to me. So I didn't even get all of the proofs. Why would
Need
that
the
be? Because
shoulders.
this further demonstrates
Need
my
the
point.
shoulders.
Vatican II especially proves and shows that the Vatican is subservient to geopolitical powers and interests. CIA, Rockefellers, Jewish interests. They even brag about it in their Look magazine. To change the theology and the doctrine to be ecumenist, Americanist, and whatever else nonsense. Openly. And all these books show that. And there's the link. You can go if you want to see all the
Let's see what happens, shall we?
So I put this up because I knew they would say this is not real. So you put up a screenshot of Leo promoting the LGBT bishop. They'll sit there and deny it, and then you put the actual article and show that they're dishonest. It works every time.
Still waiting.
Now, you got to make sure that your screenshot is real, but that there really isn't. So don't fall somebody else's trade. It's not a real article.
Need more time.
I also wanted to mention this because now we understand why he would bless an ice cube. He's not blessing an ice cube because I believe in blessing every object. This is a climate change event, you goofus. It's not him blessing water like the blessing of the waters in Orthodoxy. He's promoting and participating in a climate change event where Arnold Schwarzenegger got up and talked about how they lie and propagandize in this event. Oh, you didn't hear that? Allow me to play it for you. It was awesome. The Pope invites Arnold, this ridiculous Hollywood goblin, to come explain how they convinced everybody of this scam through pulling on heartstrings through using kids. Why is that? Climate change. This is the event with the ice cube, you idiot. This is kind of dangerous. 50% So we're talking about the rising sea level. We talked about glaciers melting. Ice is melting. The polar bear is in danger. What we said. Nothing happened. But then, after we looked, the American Lung Association sent us a television commercial. It showed a kid, little tiny kid. Child faded. Didn't know what happened. Die, pass out, whatever. That little spot. Said everyone that existed, 62% of the people behind us,
In our fake fucking news. Got a bunch of women to go, oh, the kids, the children, the kids. Oh, my emotional fucking response, my emotional response.
So, reading all the people objecting to it, it's like they don't even realize that climate change is a scam. They actually think that the Pope is trying to save the world from climate change. And Arnold is telling the truth, right, helping us here. So I had to remind them, and not just them, also people in our sphere, that climate change is a PR rebranding of global warming, and prior to
Which
that,
used to be,
yeah, acid rain.
The hole in the ozone, acid rain, yeah. Malthusian. It's a depopulationist ideology, Malthusian. Right? All the people got to die. If the planet is to survive, all the people got to die. Right? That's basically, that's all climate change is. All the people got to die, or live in very limited areas with limited use of blah 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 blah. Right? It's all just none of it's real. Right? There's more than enough resources, more than enough land, create more than enough food and energy for everybody. Scarcity is just fucking. It's a trick. It's a lie of politicians to control. Not politicians, the people who control the politicians. It's closer to that truth of the statement.
Watch this stream right here. It's called Subversion of Orthodoxy. And there's another one. Oh, what did I name it? Actually, there's two. Here we go. Our Constantinople and the Ukrainian schism, right here. Also, like 7 or 8 years ago. By the way, I've been vindicated. You understand that all the stuff when I said this 7, 8, 9 years ago, everybody, even a massive amount of the Orthodox world, called me every name in the book. Crazy, conspiracy theorist. I was evil. I was the worst person for talking about this. Okay? Who has been vindicated? Now, have any of these priests, bishops, or people, have any of them apologized, said I was right? No. I mean, not in these other jurisdictions. I mean, people in ROCOR have been receptive. Have any of the other ones? No. Even though everything I said is correct, even though everything I said about Ukraine, all that's correct, I'm still bad. And this is when the OCA went after me. They started coming after me after this. You see? See that? So there's also this one. CIA's man.
Oh no, so like
When this came out in the
I'm
American
involved in
Conservative,
OCA and I have not heard
for 8
anyone
years. We get a guy writing about it.
badmouth
The guy
Jay.
writes about it last year
So
in the American Conservative mainline right-wing magazines. Oh, you mean all the stuff that I said for the last 8 years that made me a bad man in the Orthodox world? And all of you naive people who just believed all your normie docs about how bad I was. Oh, and then the coup happens, and I oppose all that. Oh, he's even worse. Oh, he's the worst person ever. So you understand all of the reasons why people in the OCA and these people, why I'm bad? It's this stuff. Because I talk about this, and I was right about stabbies and coup, and that was a whole other series of years of why I was bad. And they just lied. They lied and said I didn't have a church. They lied and said I don't go to church, that I just made all this stuff up. They just lied. And they're no different than trad cats. I would say about half of the Orthodox world is good. And about half of them are mentally insane, unstable, and crazy, and evil. So it's half and half. Wheat and chaff. Now, none of them, but here's the weird part. Nobody will just say, yeah, you were actually correct. They just double down and still say that I'm evil.
Too expensive.
Even though I was right about everything. And the bad news is that
maybe it's because here in Montana the different Orthodox churches are closer connected, right?
Many of the priests, many of those people, they are all so compromised. I mean, you've got like Orthodox bishops like Bishop Gallitzin who say Origin is a saint, which is totally heterodox. Like,
Father Deacon Ananias is one of his buddies, and that's one of the main guys here in Montana is Father Deacon Ananias.
It's like, how are you attacking me when your bishop says Origin is a saint? Like, I think you've got bigger problems than me. No, but you see, I'm the problem because I'm not an ecumenist. I don't do what these random ass people tell me to do. Anyway, Orthodox. What corrupts more deeply? Elite manipulation by institutional capture, you're saying, or individual choice in rejecting the truth? I think both things happen, but individual choice happens at a smaller level, right? Institutional corruption happens because power elites, power players work to compromise powerful, influential people. So if you are, no, I'm here is your OCA Diocese of the South. This is the guy who sends priests to come after me. He won't do it himself. He just sends other priests and people to attack me. He's done it for years. Here's him. Lunch was from Origin of Alexandria the Great.
Still waiting.
Very good. Artistic writer, he was not appreciated. 300 years later, they condemned him as a heretic after he died in the peace of the church 300 years Still a thing. So there you go. The origins of Saint, a universalist, anti-Trinitarian who separated himself. I've also been told by reliable people that your Bishop Gallitzin here is a fan of the Democratic Socialists of America. So you have a socialist. So you see how this works.
Yep.
And then all the minions of these people who just bark and chirp and repeat.
You know, yeah. I think the general practice of the faith, like, between OCA and ROCOR, and it's close enough. But this politics shit sounds fucking stupid.
That compromised people are put into positions like that on purpose. This is not rocket science. So here it comes. The other thing that's weird about this kind of stuff is, like, when you talk about this, the immediate reaction is that people talk about how bad you are. You're evil for talking about it. Remember Roots of Orthodox? I went in the comments and pointed out that the guy is a fraud. Like, he openly lied. He admitted he lied. He's not a catechumen. He told all the priests to come on a channel that he's a catechumen. He's not. He's Catholic. He was putting out all this Orthodox material on a channel that says it's Orthodox. He's also producing all of Voice of Reason's anti-Orthodox content. Still claims it's an Orthodox channel as a Unigate Roman Catholic. And he's making all that money from his channel, grifting. But all the people in the comments,
yeah, it's like I can't remember. You know, there's a video that was suggested watch on that Roots of Orthodox, but I was also told immediately that the guy is not Orthodox. No matter, that it's a good interview and what the guy says in the video is good, but don't follow the channel.
Yeah, if you talk about this, you're bad. It's bad for you to bring it up. How dare you? They'll pull rank on you and gaslight you. That's just kind of instant $5. Hey, look up Brian Harpo.
I mean,
He's Charlie Kirk Security. Merit $10. I'm Orthodox catechumen. Please bully me that I ever considered Latin paganism. It's not your fault if you got duped by quote mines and tricks. In 2003, I started reading the Papal Apologist. I thought a lot of evidence for the papacy. You have to be precise. So I've noticed, especially since the Tim Norton debate, you guys remember how that was framed? It was, is there evidence for the papacy? What are you talking about? I mean, there's the Orthodox conception of the papacy, sure. But you notice the bait and switch word concept trickery there? Oh, is there evidence for the papacy? And if I say, well, yeah, see, but we got diary, but there's only papacy. The question is, the Vatican I conception of the papacy, is there evidence for that in the first 1,000 years? That's the real debate. But they like to, voice of prison, they like to, voice of sleazen. Like TikTok of us. And by the way, isn't it funny that when all of his scandal came out, what was the first thing all the Roman Catholics said? You gotta forgive him. You gotta forgive him. Don't be a Pharisee. Don't be so righteous. Dude, if anything happened,
come on, Jesus.
notice he would never debate me?
Still waiting.
Multiple people said multiple never got anything done. Not even. In fact, one guy that was trying to mediate between me and Voice of Reason, right? I set up a debate between you and VOR. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give me. So, by the way, that was right before all the stuff came out. So. It's how arrogant it just right. It's like one joke. One sass comment. Oh my gosh, look at the arrogance.
Dude, I can never like two. I don't know. Is it? How would I describe this? Redneck, like if you're gonna talk smack, you know, you be ready. Be ready to be called names. Be ready to call people names. Just right. Be ready to get your little feelers hurt and come back and be able to think straight. Like this is just the way. Nobody in the world cares about your feelers. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelers.
Voice of Reason is a. I mean, I didn't think. How was that the big train? I remember it was like something like Catholic Church is the Orthodox Church Catholic Church, something like that. Like for Ubi to say, yeah, but what about in your position, and then him just be like. Did you not notice when Voice of Reason was debating that he would hit mute and had headphones and look, he was talking to somebody who was calling him. You can see him like either he's typing to somebody or he's talking. He goes silent, but he's like, who are you talking to, dude? It's not your time to talk. Well, he's getting answers from his goblin crew. Obviously. By the way, I didn't even realize when I was debating Liquid Zulu, he was doing the same thing. Until somebody pointed it out the other day. I was like, I'll be damned, he is doing that. I'm debating Google. Right?
Yeah.
By the way, so you yourself, the libertarian comments underneath this debate, they're a riot, dude. Like, they don't know anything. They don't know what metaphysics is. They have no idea what epistemology. They don't know what it means to justify a position. Like, one guy was like, Liquid Zulu justifies a position. It's called an opening statement. They think just saying your position is justifying the position. It's crazy, dude. They don't know anything. One guy was like, libertarianism is not metaphysical. It has nothing to do with metaphysics. The NAD is an ought. And one guy said language is an ought.
Language is an ought. Oh my goodness. Yay! Last time I'm going to have to repair Well, unless my follower dies, which is something I have not.
Lifetime Google debate. It's crazy. And all of his crew's like, oh, you got own, dude. Blasted you, dude. You got own, dude. Got destroyed. Dude is sitting there sipping his Four Loko, burping half of the stream. Freaking burping. Quiet, say I don't have to answer that. What idiot would think that drinking Four Locos and burping half of the stream
I can't afford that.
is owning and winning a debate? So I just left. Oh, he rage quit. He rage quit. It's like when Adam Kokesh was freaking eating ramen noodles in our debate. I'm like, are you eating? First of all, ramen noodles? That's your meal? What the hell's wrong with you, dude? Remember that? This was the first debate. First public debate. Look, he's freaking eating ramen noodles. Why are you eating ramen noodles in a debate, you idiot?
Doo-doo-doo.
Am I not? I've been reading all the super chats from YouTube. Relax, dude. I'm gonna read your super chat. Ignacio, $5. There's a Chilean Orthodox priest. He's an apologist. He speaks Spanish. The Catholic responds to his videos with the same stuff. He's mean. He's rude. They're just being. That's all they have, dude. I mean, the Roman Catholics are at that point. Like, there's no answers to any of the positions. They don't even care anymore. That's what's wild. Is like they don't care about answering any of the arguments anymore. They basically just quit. Now all they do is just say that I'm bad. I mean, that's it. Oh, he's a piece of shit. That's it. That's all they do. Literally. Like if my name comes up, they just say he's bad, and then they move on. They don't even care about. Like they put aside all the pretenses, which is actually good because this is a step towards total victory. Because if they still thought that they had some arguments, they would be giving them. Now they're just like, nah, just screw him. Now we just hate him. It sucks. What about the arguments? He sucks. Yeah, but what about it? It doesn't matter. He sucks. He's bad. They don't care anymore, which is a good sign. Because that means that they're at the point where they're giving up on actually addressing or arguing any of the points. Because it's not working to use the old tried and true tricks. Yes, I've debated Trent Horn. It's not infallible. People are realizing like you just pull the not infallible card whenever it doesn't work for you, and then it's infallible when you want it. People are figuring this out that you're the same as Protestants. You just have more boring books than Protestants. Instead of the Bible and picking and choosing which ones work for me at what time, you got 10,000 more papal documents, which are 10,000 times more boring. So you're actually worse than a Protestant. You got to sift through tens of thousands of pages of papal documents. Yeah, but what about Adam Kokesh's ramen noodle? I'm like, dude, what are you slurping a ramen noodle before a debate? This was the first debate, by the way. This was even pre-JF. The truth of the heterodox is at the forefront now. I basically have Protestant friends straight up rejecting all of the first century because it's not about the facts. Yeah, that's actually good though. So don't be upset when you see people resorting to, you know what? I don't care about the theology. I hate you. That's actually that means we're making progress. I mean, serious, because they're just emotionally reacting, and it's like the last resort to where they've given up on intellectual responses. I mean, when was the last time you saw Matt Fred? Brian Holdsworth, Lofton, any of them actually try to give like what we did tonight. I mean, I know we were not talking mainly about theology, but I mean, we spent the first hour in history and theology. When was the last time any of the Roman Catholic goobers out here actually put hours into detailed public refutation of positions? I mean, I don't know, maybe some of them have, and I just haven't kept up. Let's see what Matt Frad's been doing. Are we getting deep theological meat over here? Is the university system dead? Catholicism is the new punk rock. So no, basically we're getting just low tier mush.
Okay.
The Latin Mass isn't going away, even though the papacy is actively banning it.
Yeah, it was coming back. The Latin Mass was coming back, and then
Dating,
all of a sudden, nope,
internet.
nope.
So we got to go back 1 month to Scott Hahn talking about the apocalypse. Okay, so basically mush for the last month. Let's see what. So welcome back. Well, here's at least a theology debate. Is Jesus God? Oh, by the way, did you see he brought on Jake the Muslim metaphysician? So he'll bring on the enemies of Christ before anybody else, of course. Let's see, what's Lofton talking about here?
All right.
Benedict or Leo, Vatican drama, Ice blessings, Pope and Arnold. I don't know if I would call this. Looks like a lot of low tier.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I doing wrong? What have I got wrong here? I know I don't have enough crit damage to generate, or need a better Firebird's Eye.
Refuting Redeem Zoomer. Sin. Sex questions. Cancel culture. Should we hate people? It doesn't really look like anything very substantial. Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro. So basically, they're retreating to culture war because they lost the theology. Theology, you don't win that domain. Plus, all the money and the clicks are in the culture war stuff anyway. And let's see what Tim's talking about. He's probably talking about.
And him and Tim argue, but I think him and Tim are kind of buddies too. So.
Soap opera in Rome. What are we doing? Culture war, culture war, culture war, culture war, culture war, exorcism, drama, culture war.
Yep.
So they're giving up on theology. Like, I don't care that way. Don't find all the stuff that I've talked about convincing, and you want to be a Roman Catholic, as I've told you guys, like, have fun with it. If you want to be a Roman Catholic and you find idiotic, Thomistic, so you should be kept out. You don't want to. Julia shared on $5. Jay, do you have any specific recommendations?
There's that one now as well.
Florence? Yes, the Ostromov book is a classic. Council Florence, Ostromov. Yeah, but Wagner isn't. I just say go watch Dr. Bo Branson, because everything that I say is what I've actually read extensively in the Cappadocians. And what Wagner does is the Cappadocians to try to prove Roman Catholicism. And if you actually read the Cappadocians, you don't have to read very far. They teach the essence-centered distinction. They teach hypostatic properties. They teach the Father as the sole arche. They don't teach the Thomistic nonsense that does as a revisionist. And again, go be with those guys. Go be a Roman Catholic. Go be gay, and go away. By the way, I've asked Wagner multiple times to debate since in the last, say, 6 months, at least 2 or 3 times. And he said, I can't debate. I'm not debating. I'm not a debater. Make a video responding to me. I'm not going to make videos. No. I've asked multiple times, let's have a debate. He's not interested. So, there's no point at this point, unless you're just brand new to all this material, that you would even
Yeah, I've seen people trying to do the same thing with Jim Bob on Evolution or something, I think, or something. And there's, oh no, Mormonism, and they want him to watch this video about everything. He's like, pause your video. This thing you just said right here, I'm going to disagree with. But I have more about it here. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is you have to say about that thing is done with that last point you made, and they just don't want to. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear what a contradiction is. Now I understand, like, sometimes there's an ideological contradiction within, like, yeah, I believe people shouldn't kill. Yeah, I believe people shouldn't be violent unless it's justified. But that doesn't mean they're not. In no way does that mean they're not, or they won't be. Right? People just, that's one of those is things. They just are. People just are. It's in our nature. Be violent.
There's no way to the Orthodox theology without them.
Yeah. There's a lot of reading too. Brad, Fred Horn, Gordon. Need to start gambling. Well, pants, because I need the proper pants.
Culture war. Eucharist.
I mean, no, we shouldn't listen to. Oh, gosh darn. You got so happy. So happy.
Whoops. What I'm noticing, though, is culture war, orthodoxy, culture war. So a lot of this appeals in mass, and because it's low tier. I tried to get Joel Heschmeyer to come debate. You understand, a lot of these people will not debate. And what they say is, oh, Dyer won't debate because he won't come on a Catholic channel to debate, even though for many of these people I've offered and tried to find some neutral thing. And really, they're not interested in debating, and so that becomes the excuse that, well, he's a bad actor, so I don't have to debate. Also, he won't debate on a Catholic channel, which is not true. It's just that I've said I'll debate on a big Catholic channel, but they won't have me on. Matt Friday said I'll never have.
That was weird.
These people are absolutely terrified of actual, real debate and competition because when I debated Trent Horn, it didn't go good for Trent, and everybody knows it because Trent made basic blunders. He thinks the Trinity is in the Old Testament, just crazy shit.
That was weird, but stuff kind of clunked out here for a second.
Elias Vilas accepts blessings and laying on of hands by a rabbi. I did see that. But, like, why are we surprised? They're ecumenists. What do you expect? No, that surprises me. All right, guys, we do have a show sponsor.
I have one of those already.
So, let me play this ad. We do have show sponsor. And then we will read. I got to go TT, Tinkle. Then we will read this show off something that we're all proud of. Got a browser here. This is Jay Dyer's much vaunted, much sought after Philosophy 101. Now, he just got this page up We are just testing it out. You guys are some of the first people in the world to see it. I want to say, for my part, it's not Philosophy 101. I think this is a mistitling. I really think of it as like Philosophy Unleashed.
Oh, wait.
Because a Philosophy 101 course,
Gonna need
they give you
these.
kind of some useless information that you can't make sense of. Jay actually lays out over 12 weeks, dozens and dozens of hours put into just the presentation of this, let alone the hundreds and thousands of hours of research that it takes to have a coherent evolution and history of the origins of philosophy, the uses of philosophy, the different ways to look at it over time, and how that has been brought about to what we have today, which is almost an absence of philosophy on the objective logic and reason side, and an overabundance of woke philosophy that is irrational and is made up day by day as people are like, I think we should bring racism back, and then here's a justification, and then it gets wokeified and spread out. And then all of a sudden you have a bunch of communist, socialist ideas where you become the property in action. You need to be able to stand your own ground.
16.
It helps to have a foundation in philosophy because it's a method to find truth. When you get down to it, philosophy is there because you love truth enough to go and learn how to find it because it's valuable. So if you're interested in things like that, there is the landing page. We'll link it up in the notes. It is a longer one, so we'll get a shorter URL for this. I'm sure Jay has a link on his page. I just wanted to show it off. Now you know it exists. You can go look for it and see why this is not your father's philosophy, right? So well done. I'm proud of everyone who helped to.
Yeah, there's a second, but it's a huge list.
And of course, Jay did a flawless job in presenting the course over those 12 weeks. And he's a juggernaut. He's another guy, just like John Bush, in action all the time, doing something productive, like very little wasted time in his week. Those 168 hours of being harnessed very well. I want to show off something that we're all proud of. I got a browser here. This is Jay Dyer's much vaunted, much sought after Philosophy 101. Now, he just got this page up. We are just testing it out. You guys are some of the first people in the world to see it. I want to say, for my part, it's not Philosophy 101. I think this is a mistitling. I'm going to put you on something crazy real quick.
Fire damning.
Are consuming macro-guzzling synthetic dyes and synthetic sweeteners on the daily. They don't even know it. Goofy AF. There's nothing great about that. Do not listen any further unless you are an alpha or sigma male. This is important and there could be consequences. There's a new certified sigma male pre-workout powder for sigmas only. It is guaranteed to empower you to dominate your co-workers, fire your boss, aggressively gamble, or invade a small village. Chat mode stands out
Come on.
excluding artificial flavors, preservatives, sweeteners, and dyes.
One more shot here.
So-called natural flavors,
no.
which are actually not natural at all, ensuring a clean and effective formula.
That sucked.
Experience the pure goodness
That
of
sucked.
with organic blue
Let's see
spirulina
what
extract,
else. What can I
organic
take out?
lemon,
Oh, I
cherry,
can
and
take
organic maple crystals. Forget
that
synthetic
out.
in a sketchy Chinese lab. Embrace the natural power of organic green coffee bean extract, which will get your mind
This
going and
in,
pump
even
you up to the
though,
max. Chad Mode
right,
is made in
I don't have any
America with
points in
clean
it.
ingredients, the first clean pre-workout of its kind. Why are these people adding synthetic sweeteners to every single pre-workout when there are many studied downsides to consuming nasty fake sucralose? Each dose of Chad Mode contains the kick of a cup and a half of coffee, delivering a surge of energy alongside essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and herbal extracts. Chad Mode will allow you to fire your boss and dominate anyone who opposes you. Chad Mode will make you more dominant in your daily life. So proceed with caution. It's as simple as mixing 1 or 2 scoops of our fine powder into water or juice, providing you with a delicious, energizing beverage featuring a burst of sweet organic flavor. Chat Mode will give you the extra edge you desperately crave. Don't miss out securing your supply of Chat Mode on TikTok Shop with a limited time massive discount. Elevate your workouts and
Trying to get the amount of gems I can run with leveled up.
Buy now while this is still available, or go to chalk.com and use code in caption. Chat Mode has been flying off the shelves because it's the first of its kind, certified for alpha males only.
Certified for alpha males only.
Yo. $5.
Still waiting.
Well, my first album, my wife, their 1-year-old son, alcohol. saw good old Biddy, our buddy Biddy. Y'all see him? 125 last night. So, yeah, absolutely. I told you guys we would be headed that way in the bull market. Expecting no guarantees. 150 to 200 at least, probably. Chance. Now, we might not get there. We might enter into a bear market, but eventually we'll go to 500 and a million.
Talking about Bitcoins.
Presuppositionalism isn't necessarily tied to reform theology. Jack, have you thought about selling merch? Yeah, we just haven't got around to it yet. If you are interested in merch, so you can go to my website, and we do have in the shop my books. We're days out from.
Yep. His books are far more relevant to have than a shirt that says J. Dyer. Or some Dyerism on it, right?
The whole purpose of buying it from the website is to get them signed. They're all signed. Now, if you want it specific, sign this to my mom, Feeble Bobble. Yes. Then you have to tell me what to sign. No, I don't have to have reformed epistemology to believe in transcendental argumentation. It's just simply not true. So, we've done countless podcasts addressing that over the last 10 years. Rehashing all the stuff that we talked about for years. BTC price, doing very well. If you're interested in Bitcoin, you can get started with Bitcoin through Swan Bitcoin. My referral link is in the show description. I'm not a registered financial advisor, but I believe that Bitcoin is ethical money. It is the future of money. And already way beyond our expectations in terms of when I started in 2017 with Bitcoin.
Oops.
Here we are at 125, and I'm sure we'll be at 150 very soon. I don't know when, but if you would like to get started, you can use my referral link right there to, oh, that's not it, that's the super chat. Swan Bitcoin right here is a Bitcoin only company. So when you purchase Bitcoin with Swan, the expectation is that you would transfer it eventually to your cold storage wallet. But you can now also sell, I think, on Swan. So Swan has introduced the sell feature as well. So there you go. Now, I don't typically do altcoin stuff. I don't care if you want to do it. You're free to make your decisions. If you want to gamble, that's essentially what altcoins are. I will say, though, that if a person would like to donate or support through other coins, you can support the work through the other coins. For example, I do have in the shop now the option to purchase crypto. Because there are a lot of people who say, hey, I've got a bunch of Lana, can I pay you in this or this? Yes, you can. Depending on which coin you like. Solana did make it easy. And so if you don't want to support me with Solana, you can do analysis.sg.
Actually doing too much damage. I can't even use. Right.
I will put it in the pretty much.
I think I might have to swap my buttons around. It'll be easier for me to hit the tornadoes when I need it. Right.
I don't disagree with Eliakim and Isaiah having a reference to Peter, but the obvious fulfillment is Christ. So Christ is the true householder, of God's house. And by extension, it would apply to every bishop who has the office of the keys. In Matthew 18, Jesus exercise the exact same key jurisdiction, etc., episcopal office powers that Matthew 16 has, they're applied to the entire College of the Apostles in Matthew 18. So if you incorporate Matthew 18, nothing about Isaiah's passage of Eliakim that is only to Peter. Oh, but he's the head of the whole house. Yeah, like Jesus is, right? So Jesus is the head of the whole house. Oh, no, it's Peter. So everything that's about Christ suddenly gets turned into Peter. Remember when we did the Nick Fuentes debate? And Nick said he thought that in Revelation, when it said that I have the house, I have the keys of death and Hades, I thought that was Peter talking. Jesus is talking. It's not Peter. There's nothing about Peter in that passage. So instinctually, Roman Catholics just default to thinking that all this is about Peter, when it's initially, first and foremost, about Christ. Now, many Roman Catholics would admit there's a Christological element, but that's even downplayed to try to stress. Jonathan Kelly, how do I ensure my date has an Orthodox phroneme? Precept. Always precept your date as soon as you pick her up. Bobby C, $5. Now that AI has progressed, can you make a new Chad mode commercial with this?
Precept is like, I'm gonna.
Hello, I had a fellow Orthodox tell me no clear definition of the Trinity is given. I mean, that's a very
What?
odd thing for an Orthodox person to say.
Yeah, that's like
The Second Ecumenical
like
Council
early
is the Cappadocian
in
Trinitarian doctrine codified. I mean, just any basic
your
Orthodox
in
dogmatics will play out.
catechumen, you start talking about the Trinity. It's
It's very
like,
bizarre. Sounds like a person who
right.
doesn't really know Orthodox theology, sounding off like they think they know. Justin, $5. Elemento da Visto, $3. What is the theology
Okay,
of behind Saint Bernard receiving the breast milk
everything.
from Mary?
Yep.
That's a good question.
Let's make this.
I mean, I have Bernard's commentaries on Song of Songs, and so some of that is in there.
And this.
I mean, I think that it's just another level of Marian
This for
mysticism,
now.
not all of which would necessarily be wrong, but it definitely begins to go in these kind of extreme directions.
That is too expensive.
I'm trying to remember what's in Bernard's commentary. I haven't looked at that since I was a trad cat, so like I don't even remember what's in his commentary on Song of Songs, but I mean, it's just going to be medieval Marian mysticism. However, I do think that there was a Roman Catholic DMing me today. Actually, he was talking smack, and then I invited him to come debate, and of course he turned down or declined. But I want to remind you guys of this.
Oh, most fortunate. Yeah, like, the fuck did I lose on the, good hit, damn.
Present reality
But whatever,
in the sacramental.
whatever.
I think this
Follower
is one of
can't
the
die.
overlooked reputations of Roman Catholicism, which is the bizarre, outlandish ideas.
Pretty
that
sure
have
I
been
already
set.
have.
Embryonic women, Roman Catholic saints, like her cutting herself.
You look like
Jesus
you
told her to do it. This is like papal.
indeterminate
There's two papal
usefulness.
bulls on this. Like, you can't reject martyr. Every time I bring this up, Roman Catholic says, that dogma. That dogma. I think I have to believe that. Yeah, you do. You can't reject papal defined full Roman Catholic saints. And she is one of the most preposterous.
That is too expensive.
Elijah, the prophets of Baal are over there cutting themselves, doing the exact same thing that Martin Really Cope is doing. Like, there's total delusion, dude. Total delusion. Like the most extreme prelest you've ever heard of. But I think this is actually a really strong argument against Roman Catholicism. fact, I brought this up to Wagner, and he even at one point said something like, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what to say to that. So, look, I mean, who cares about a PhD in Thomism? I'll get PhD in Thomism. Dude, Rome doesn't care about Thomism. Rome's building multi-faith, Abrahamic faith complexes.
Oh no, I'm out of those. Again. Again.
Live stream. Rajat, Sony, and Bitcoin not crypto. That's interesting. I never even thought about that. The only thing is,
I'm gonna set it to T16.
A lot of people have signed up for Bitcoin through Swan, but not many people donate Bitcoin or purchase a Bitcoin.
I'm not sure how well I'll do.
So since I put the crypto option to pay, 2 people have bought books with Bitcoin in the last several months. So, no, it's just very rare. I mean, I think we're just still so early. Like, people still don't get it, still don't have Bitcoin. If you are interested, though, this is my.
Get off me.
They should make a way to super chat with crypto. I mean, Bitcoin in it, right? You know, a lot of these people who are into crypto, and they'll super chat. I've had we had the Tin Hat Cat guys were super supportive, very generous, so I appreciate them. But I'm a Bitcoin supremacist. I think it's great. I mean, I understand the criticism of paying for a product with Bitcoin because it's almost like you're paying, 10x in 5 years.
Yeah, but that's in 5 years. That's like. Now, I'm happy if somebody wants to buy something with Bitcoin, but I understand the logic of like, well, wait a minute, I don't want to buy something. I'd rather stack the Bitcoin, out of I don't know what's going to happen with stablecoins. It's a huge labyrinth. I feel like one of these rails, it's not going to be Bitcoin, but something will be used, whether we like it or not, to do all these stable coins and all these, whatever all this genius exact stuff's all about. I don't think it's going to be BNB because that's Asian, and I don't think most people in America are not a whole lot happening on BNB. So you've either got, and Ethereum doesn't seem able to handle. Pick it up.
Slow. The only other option is Solana. I don't think it's going to be XRP. I feel like it's going to be Solana. Whether you like it or not.
Teleport. Jesus Christ. Hung up on fucking architecture.
I heard about a blessing of an ice cube. That's what I thought it was. What is the, let's see, platform for, nobody will ever do it. You'll get like one super chat, like 6 months. How to enable live crypto super chats in OBS. have to find that. Thank you for that.
Need more
We're gonna-
fire.
let's see,
Not ready now.
No, Jay, I love your work. It's off topic, but I'm thinking of picking up C.S. Lewis Space Trilogy. Somebody recommend? Oh, absolutely.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Back after church that I never go today, at lunch, and everybody was talking about the Space Trilogy. Here is my Possessed half talk right here from 4 years ago. So there's that. Good Godfather, $5. Jay, the Roman Catholics will not debate. They're reaching out to people like me for filler because they don't have any more content. Yeah, so that's what I've noticed is like
Hello
they
there.
seem to be shifting towards culture war and giving up on the theology. Oh man, $5. Man, I listened to Matt and Slick debate. Oh no, sorry.
Aha.
Nice, Jay.
Aha, finally.
I honestly need prayers. I feel resentment towards Matt Slick. He's a wolf. Pray for me. Well, I would just move on. Don't waste time with that goofball. Yeah, he's a snake. Ignacio, $5. Is it? Yeah, we read that.
Okay. See if I can get some shoulders now. Then I can put the X sigil, right,
Potato guy, $1. What do you think
on
about
instead of the Firebird's
Fatima
eye.
Essay?
Get a little bit more out of this
Mike
file
$20.
till I
I'd be
get.
surprised if Fuentes didn't know about any of this. Well, I've mentioned it in DMs in the past. I've mentioned it in responses and replies. He just ignores it. I want to think that he was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
given his work so far.
Gonna give
Well,
up
the
some
problem is
firepower here.
they're sunk
Shoulders
costs.
for a
They're
little
not
bit.
guaranteed, right? I mean, Tim
That's
Hortons,
that.
his whole life is committed to
Whoops.
whatever his law degree or whatever, and Catholic books. And so once you put on a bunch of books, it's like you're sunk, dude. You're cooked. You're baked in.
And then see
Doesn't
if
mean
I
that they can't.
can.
It's just the more baked in,
There we go.
the harder it is.
There's a
And the
few
bigger-
more shots.
the bigger your audience, you don't want to admit you were wrong. You know what I mean? Michael, $5.
Yeah, I like that 20% fire. That's cool, but I really, 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 really need a socket.
A non $5 for context.
Socket, 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 socket.
Well, I mean, it's really complex, so there's not a one size fits all answer to that because there's very wealthy, powerful elites who play both sides, like Rothschild, Arm and Hammer, Robert Maxwell. Then there's people who were true believers, who were more ideologues, weren't extremely wealthy and powerful, who just kind of played the role of
Come on.
like a Trotsky or something
This
like
is
that.
ridiculous.
And so at that level, you've got people really fighting it out, right? You've got people in the CIA who really did oppose communism, and they really did think they were fighting for America and all this stuff. And they're really fighting, Soviet operatives. You've got higher level people that are
This is stinking. This is
much more long-term.
holy
game
shit.
plan. Wanted communism and socialism in some form for a long time. So
Oh,
all these things are good
about
at
to
the same
freaking
time. So it's not a one
freak
size
out,
fits all.
man. There we
I
go.
hope that answers the question. We did that before. Slinky, thank you for everything you do, Jay. $2, thank you. Leech, drop all this nerd stuff. Pursue your Christian rap career. Me and
Christian rap career.
Player Paul, $5. Do you recommend the Gemini Bitcoin credit card? I'm tempted to get it because I got turned down for the Coinbase card. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Coinbase, but I mean, I make enough money to have the Coinbase credit card. But for whatever reason, they turned me down, so about ready to
Nope.
That is too expensive.
Kraken or Gemini. But Gemini, I think Gemini's thing is limited. I mean,
Yeah, I think
it's
I
better than
need
nothing, and it's better than Coinbase's existing
Yeah.
card.
more stuff over here than I do. All right. And then, oh no, keep that. Right.
So it's like up to 4%.
Ah,
But that's only on gas,
okay.
which that's not terrible.
Are you strong enough to survive?
But then dining and groceries is kind of low. Almost what the not the Coinbase One card, but the previous Coinbase card I have. It's not. But then,
Okay.
oh,
There we go.
their card is supposed to be.
Till I get a death wish. This is about the as good as it gets here.
I've spent, I'm telling how much money, thousands of dollars over the years, tens of thousands of dollars at Coinbase, and then they deny me for this stupid ass card. $99, $10, 99 Kresnik. Thank you for your entertainment. Jay, this is off topic. What do you think about long-term impact of Ukraine war? Are we returning to the Arab great powers and the Monroe Doctrine? Really good question. I mean, I don't know. That's a really tough one. They've been calling it a new Cold War. But the West is just eating itself up with its own moral decay. And so I can't see them. I mean, unless we turn things around, we're not going to last long term. All this degeneracy. Insanity. It's a tough one. Obviously, check out the full Bitcoin card. Yeah, there we go. Maybe there's some other options on there. This looks like a good idea. I'll have to check this out. I think you'll find so on board so many people, and then you realize like this. It's just $50 is endorsing libertarian epistemology wackery. I don't know if it's necessarily Jewish. It's just Enlightenment atheists. Not exclusive.
Garbage.
Michael, $5. My fault.
Enlightenment atheist garbage.
Hobbies do they exist? Very interesting Orthodox. But, yeah, I don't think there's any reason why theosis precludes enjoying your time. I mean, for example, shows is all about weightlifting. Find a lot of orthodoxy stresses asceticism, and there's overlap with asceticism and sports. So absolutely.
The sports ball. Okay. Five. I've been going for a while again. I'm about due for a break myself here.
Need more time. Nicely done.
There's the Nefer boots I needed. Oh, and they're primal. I'm saving those. I'm saving those. Yep. Yep. Like, yeah. Non-seasonal. So not that I hardly ever play non-seasonal, but I mean, okay. Ah, yes.
I can't afford that.
Two. Oh. Oh shit. Why did I spend all those? I need to
I can't afford that.
okay. 80. Let's not spend money on that.
Need more time. Not ready yet.
I think this is about where I should hold out because I'm not. Build isn't put together well enough to continue, I think.
Need more time. Still waiting. Not ready yet.
Come here. Die. There you go.
I need to go back.
Prove yourself.
Not ready.
Dude, yes. Yes. Oh, I missed a turn somewhere.
Need more time. Still waiting.
The Rift Guardian is
Need more time.
Come on. Oh, there's my first prime, or second primal, actually. Holy cow.
I am returning to town.
30 is 60. Yeah.
More knowledge increases.
But the explosive blast is just capping too hard. Oh, I need that for the follower. Get to it later. Holy schmoly.
That is too expensive.
Right. $86.
Still waiting. Need more time. Not ready. Still waiting. Need more time. I don't have enough hours. Still waiting. Not ready. Need more time. Not ready. I need after power. Still waiting. Need more time.
Dude, oh, I've been way too quiet for way too long. Holy schmoly. Got quiet because I was listening to Jay. And now when I need to be talking about what's going on, because Jay's not in the background chipping away anymore, I'm all quiet. I'm not saying nothing.
Need more time. Not ready. Still waiting.
Oh, oh, jams.
I need to go back.
Doodly doo, doodly doo, doodly doo, 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 doo. Okay, there we go.
Not ready.
Ba, ba, ba. Oh, what do I even want next? Okay. I don't think I can just get this one. Maybe I can. Oh, cool. So now I can grab double bounty caches. Pets pick up. Probably going to grab double bounty caches next. Ring of Grandeur, Death Breath. Oh well, I need to take a break. Well over 2 hours again. All right. Maybe we'll work on this again tomorrow for a while. Or I might do D4, or I might just play some other old ass game. I don't know. Oh, hey, I've had a chatter. How long have you been playing this game? I've been playing this game for a long ass time. A few years. I have no idea when the chat came in because it's off to the side of my screen. I'm not looking directly at the screen where I'm streaming to, right? I have a big television I'm looking at, and then my PC has got the stream off to the side. And every once in a while, I look over at it. But thank you very much for the chat. I am checking out for a while. Let's see. Did I clear out? It doesn't even matter. All right, everyone, have a good evening. I'll check you all later. Oh, let's start here. Oh, by the way, I always rotate this out over to my YouTube channel, Darth Grumpy Dad, like 7612, I think, is the channel, but it's Darth Grumpy Dad. And it's going to have the same pic on it, same little little Muppet head looking dude. Why am I such a misfit? Right? Yeah, it's Darth Grumpy Dad 7612 over on YouTube. I always export over there. Got a whole bunch of other videos. Go check. Why am I saying everything like it's a question? Well, have a good evening. Check y'all later.